All right, guys, welcome to another assimilation webinar. This is Cotton Grammar with Derek Owasiak. And as you know, this week we were supposed to have Jimmy Kelly and Sue Bell on with us to unveil this evil Amazon ranking plugin, or more like a software. And it's going to be the first of a trilogy. They didn't have the software quite ready this week. So we're going to roll it lean and mean this week. And as you've seen on the post, it's going to be Derek and myself. But if you also see on the post on Facebook, I said that anything is possible. Any other special guest can pop up, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So instead of revealing the mind-blowing drop that we normally do at the end, we're going to move it to the very beginning. And we have a very, very critical update that is literally going to affect everyone at OMG that we're going to go over with, and it's very important. But first, we want to start out with some great news. And I've invited, and you guys have seen, she has been on Mike's OMG Way emails that have been out. You've seen that big wad of cash that she's posted on Facebook. It's Sarah Mack, and we're going to talk to her briefly about the success that she's been having, what she's been able to do to get it. And Sarah, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Hey, how are you?
I'm wonderful, and you?
Fantastic. What's the weather like over in Seattle?
Oh, it was good for a little bit, but now it's gray again.
So I've been
No,
seeing.
it's not freezing cold, but
Well, yeah, that's like good. Yeah, I'm in Florida, so it was 87 today, so I don't
yeah.
I don't like have any complaints. But I've been seeing you post all over Facebook all these wonderful success stories. You've been inspiring everyone. I was wondering if you could just rewind and give us a little bit of back history about your success and how long it's taken you to get to where you're at, and kind of a brief story about how long it's taken you to just kind of get the ball moving and rolling, and just kind of update everyone and what's been going on.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Well, actually, March 17th marks my 1-year anniversary, and I got into OMG, and I got right into the training, and started doing local client, attempted at it, looked for prospects, got some, sent out some proposals, but the people that I had dealt with at that particular time were just really hard on me. I didn't have really any proof. I was just gung-ho because I knew it was going to work. But I took it personally, and I shouldn't have. And I had a little break for a few months. And I just kept on plugging away. I had a neighbor. I was using their business as a test, or as my beginning to practice. And I started ranking a video for them, and they actually have 2 up now. Has helped them, which is great. And basically, I got back into it, and I had a discussion with you, Cotton, and you helped me out tremendously. You gave me a new angle of looking at things in the reputation management side, and using the ripoff report as it's great because they're pre-qualified, so they're hurting, and they're most of the time aware of it, that it's there. So I went after that, and I got actually a few clients. I made about $3,000 doing that. I took on a client where I was like, they were burned before, so I said, okay, 0 down, and that was my fault. So you don't necessarily want to do that, but those paydays are soon to be rolling in. But I have been successful removing the ripoff reports for a past client, and am targeting lawyers across the country, and have another contract that I'm going over this week with a lawyer. So so that was awesome. I networked with a couple people. I networked with Rob Scott, and we were trying the reputation thing out together, but we just didn't match personalities. So, and I've been in contact with Alexander Robinson. We've been close and chatting a bit. But where I really got my break, my first SEO client, was a shop that I do for. And, I saw that their website really was lacking, and gave them my card one day, and that led to a phone call. And then the holidays came around. They had some health problems. I had some health problems, which also gave me kind of a little back for my fullness. But I just kept on it. I sent them a proposal, and per Cotton, per what you had suggested before when you and I had went over proposals, don't give a price up front. Don't you shoot yourself in the. So I basically, now by this time, if you Google Sarah Mack SEO or SEO expert, I blanket the whole entire page.
Wow.
And so, yeah, so I mean, that's great, but it really impresses people, So I have that, and I have a ton of #1 ranking, with videos and social. So that really helps. But anyway, so, I just kept on it, and I kept up with it, and I followed up, and I made the follow-up phone calls. And there was times where I did doubt if it was going to work, of course. But you know what? I knew it would, and I persevered. And then next thing you know, they didn't realize I did social. And they didn't really look through my email as a proposal, and I did a video as well, and so a few different things. But I said, oh, no, I do. That's part of SEO. That's half SEO today, and kind of went in on that. And so that got me an interview or a meeting with both the owners right away. And then I met them, and we agreed on a price. And then they asked for a few other things, like a newsletter. So we did a little more negotiation, and so I was able to close it at a higher monthly, but with the same down.
That sounds amazing. I know that when I first talked to you, it was probably back in June before I had even, think I might have just been at $40,000 a month or something when I reached out and helped you. And I kind of showed you what the modules that I'm doing right now for online reputation management. So you're really one of the first people that I've actually shared what I was doing with online reputation management and how I've now built that up to around, I don't know, about $70,000 or $80,000 a month in my business. So it was great to know that you did that. I know that we spent a lot of time together. And what it just goes to prove is guys, even if Sarah might have felt discouraged, she might have felt like things weren't going her way, but she still kept plugging along. And now you've got, a nice little income coming in. If you keep this snowball going, if you keep it going before long, I absolutely know that you're going to be $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month. And, you listen to everything that I told you with. And I'm just glad to see that you're back having success. I'd know that directly after we had talked that you had posted that you got a couple clients, and then now we're hearing from you again. So hopefully your health problems have cleared up, and we're going to be seeing a lot more posts from you in the future. But it's always good. I have to ask you, was that the actual wad of cash that you got from your client?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was. Yeah, it was just a stack. And then I had to sit there and, of course, I counted it because they wanted, of course they did, because it was just a stack. They went to the safe and just brought out a stack.
Wow.
I loved it.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, listen, if we want to support Sarah and, she's said she's had some health issues and stuff, let's give her a hashtag Go Sarah. Stephen Floyd's already kind of started it for us. Let her know that, that we're there for her. She's been fantastic to talk to. I've always enjoyed talking to her, always in a great mood. And what I enjoy the most about her is she's got a spirit that never gives up and that keeps working hard. So Sarah, hopefully we get to have you back on more webinars. We want to hear about your success story. If you had to give, we have a lot of people that have just joined OMG right now. If you kind of had to give them what you've had to go through over your last year, what one piece of advice would you give some of the new people right now from what you've had to go through?
Well, I would just say keep in mind that you have such a wonderful community. First of all, the training, but then the support of the people. So if you ever get stuck, they're there. So just keep in mind that if you don't know SEO, and I was a complete newbie, there's still do not know. Just keep in mind that no matter what it is, you can do it for your client. You can, and they need you, and they want you. They're out there. You're going to get some no's, but there's going to be people that will really appreciate you, and you'll make you feel so good. And thank God bless OMG.
You want to know what? And I just kind of want this to make a main example out of it. One of the things that you did that I'm very, very, very proud of you for is, even though that you just admitted, hey, I don't know a lot about SEO, what you did do, and I want people to take this away from your success, is you took action. You took action, you went out there, and you tried to get clients anyway, knowing that you were going to learn it along the way, knowing that there was enough help in the OMG Facebook group, that you had made enough connections in OMG that if you got a big client, that we're not going to let you fail. And that's the greatest part of success about OMG, is that if you get a client and if you need help, there's always someone there that's going to be there to help you. And so just remember that. Take a page out of Sarah's book and take action, guys. There's only so much you can do to be an information junkie. There's only so much you can learn before you have to actually get out and do it. And what I noticed what Sarah was doing is when she was contacting me 7-8 months ago, she was putting this into action, really halfway knowing what was going on and getting smarter every day along the way. And that enabled her to make money and to still make money today. So that's a lesson I want everyone to take away. So Sarah, thank you for your story. I think it's fantastic, and I look forward to hearing from you some more.
Thank you, and I look forward to reporting some more cash money.
Great. Me as well. All right, guys, once again, if you haven't had a chance, let Sarah know that that we support her here in the OMG community. Anyone that has success, guys, any one of you that post in the Facebook group, if you're having success, please let other people know. It's just that spark that you get that you might change someone's life. And Sarah has inspired people. Last week Heather did. There's a lot of people that when they post on there, we get inspired. And it might be someone like, they're doing it, I can do it. So let other people know in OMG about your success. And if you're having it, don't hide it, share it. We all want to celebrate with you. We're all behind each other 100%. That's just what OMG is all about. It truly is a city on a hill. What we want to go over with now, guys, is I said we weren't going to have any special guests, but things change. We do have a special guest, and I'm going to go ahead and make him an organizer right now. And you guys know him very well. He's been on several of my webinars before. Him and I got to talking today about something that we knew that was going to transpire in the next 6 weeks. And we thought, hey, we might as well let everyone know about it right now. It's a very, very, very critical update. And it's Mr. Stephen Floyd. Stephen, are you there, buddy? Let me unmute you. I see you're muted, so there you go. Stephen, are you there, buddy?
Good evening. Yeah, I'm here.
Great. And we decided to name this Mobile Apocalypse. Guys, give me a number 1 if you can see Mobile Apocalypse on your screen. Great. And you know what? It might sound like a funny name of what we named it, but it's a pretty serious update that's coming up, isn't it, Stephen?
Absolutely. It's something that we've been talking about in the Webmaster Forums and the Google Partner Program for a couple of months now.
Yeah, this is going to affect everyone, and we wanted to let you guys know about it first here on Director's Cut. And I've been talking to Mike and David, and we're not sure if we're going to push this out to the whole OMG community, but Stephen had a very strong grip on what was going on well before I knew about it, was going to dig into it, reveal it a couple weeks from now in a webinar. But after talking to him today, I felt that it was best to let you guys know about this ahead of time so you can be on top of it for your clients and for yourself. So guys, if you want to hear about this update, that's literally one of the most, Stephen, wouldn't you say it's probably one of the most serious updates that's happened in the last 6 or 7 months?
Yeah, it's going to be wide impact.
Great.
And it's one of those deals where it's something that you can fix. It's something that you can address proactively, so it's huge.
Great. Guys, if you want to hear what Stephen's got to say and how this is literally going to alter the face of a lot of SEO, please type in #MobileApocalypse. Now, we have almost 300 people on here. I want to see about 100 of these before I let Stephen reveal what this update is and how you can fix it right now. Because if you don't, this could dramatically affect your website, your client's website, and you even lose all ranking altogether. So Let me go over to the Facebook group. Let me see how many hashtag mobile apocalypse we've got going on right here, because that's what we're going to call it. We need to see at least 100 of these. We've got almost 300 people on here, and there they are. You see all those, Steven?
Absolutely.
They're like coming. You know what? This doesn't look like enough to me. Looks like that we're just getting them started. So when we start seeing a little more fly up in here, then we'll get it going. We want to make sure that everybody's paying attention.
I think you're going to break Facebook again.
No, there's no way we can break it like we did last week. we had like 2,000 posts last week. We're not trying to do that this week. So, Steven, do you want to just talk about it, or do you need to be the presenter?
Yeah, go ahead and make me presenter. I want to show some stuff on the screen.
Okay. Guys, I think we've got enough.
Ready.
I have given you the presenter.
All right.
Hold on.
Let's see.
Okay, there you go. You should have it.
All right, let's see. Guys, can y'all see my screen yet? Give me one if you can see my screen.
I can't see it yet. I'll let you know when I can see it.
Okay. And so, yeah, something weird has happened with GoToWebinar. It doesn't look like I'm a presenter. It's not giving me an option.
Hold on. Let me do it again. It says, yeah, you got it, buddy. It says you're the organizer and the presenter. Let me go ahead and take it back, and then I'll give it back to you.
Because in mine it shows that I'm a panelist.
I made you an organizer. So let me make presenter myself and show my screen, and then I have made you an organizer. You can see the questions below, can't you? If you go to the questions, you should be able to see it. It says you're an organizer.
Yeah. Nah, something's messing up. I guess we're having another.
Let me see if we can. I gave it back to you again. See if you can grab it.
Okay. Well. Nope. It's still. I don't know what's going on.
Why don't we do this? Why don't you log out, log back in, and Derek and I can answer some questions while you do that, because this is pretty important. I want everyone to get the full effect of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and take back the presenter. Guys, we're going to let him log out, log back in, and then we're gonna answer some questions. And then when Steven gets back on, we're going to go over this. So let's go back up to the questions here. And Derek, my friend, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. We have Nicole saying that someone's not muted. Well, that was a long time ago.
Be quiet.
Yeah. we heard Steven almost ready to slap one of his kids. Here we go. What software is good for doing the client assessment screen capture for your video? That's a big, long debate. If you're a Mac user, which I am exclusively, I use ScreenFlow. There's a lot of people that use Camtasia. I know I've seen in the Facebook group that AppSumo has been running a special 50% off for Windows and for Mac on Camtasia. I know that's what Mike uses. That's what puts the picture in the picture. What do you use, Derek?
Yeah, I use Screen Press, I think. Screen Presso. It's a free software.
Yeah. I just do so many videos and client videos and just other stuff. That's what I use. So hopefully, if you go with any one of those three, I don't think you can really go wrong. But there's not a big selection out there once you get up to, I think ScreenFlow's $99, and I think Camtasia is a little bit more. I think it's $300 for Windows and $100 for Mac. So that's why. Next question, it says, how would you approach ranking a website for local terms as well as national terms? I'll let you answer that one, Derek.
Just the same way. You can, it's just, I'm actually seeing quite a lot of local sites ranking for national terms right now. So you're just based on your keywords. It's how you do your anchor text. Make sure you're using the market level. Don't use too many geo-specific anchor text, and you can easily rank for a lot of national keywords.
Okay. Right now we have let's see, Joe He wants to know, I'm in Africa and was wondering if citations for local sites can be done for cities outside the United States.
Yeah, you can do it anywhere. It's just a matter of finding ones that are going to be relevant to that country. So, but the good thing about that is if the competition doesn't have many, so you don't need that many.
This is true. You know what? We actually might have, let me see here. Yeah. You know what? She's for Africa. I'd like to know that Athena lives in Africa. She's on tonight, and she was building citations for it. So, you know, that'd be a good person to ask. If you could search for Athena May in the Facebook group, she's been doing this for a while, and she's in Africa, and she has been doing citations there, I believe. That'd be a good person to ask about that. Next one would be would you recommend using vKraken on a subdomain for a client site or too risky? I am fully in control of my vKraken use, but just wondering if it could be potentially a bad idea for client sites. I'll let
No, you can use it on, you can use it on subdomain. It's similar to a lot of us do with the pin video sites. That's using vKraken, so it's pretty much a standard setup for a lot of people now.
Okay. So, in other words, your answer is it's safe, not.
Yeah.
It's not.
And it's a subdomain. If anything ever goes wrong, you just kind of 410 the whole subdomain.
We got Steven back right now. Let me see if Steven, if you can unmute yourself, or I'll unmute you. Oh, there we go. Steven, are you there, buddy? Steven, can you hear me? Let me see if I can make him an
Can you hear me
now. I heard him when he first logged in because I heard him log in. His mic's not there, so we'll just keep answering questions. And Steven, if you can hear us, just kind of jump in and just interrupt us if you can hear us. It says, regarding the Google custom maps technique, when you outsource the creation of Google Maps citations to Fiverr, as shown in the video, do you also provide 30 to 70 different unique articles to be posted in the description?
No, for that one, they usually just pull your information from your Google, and then I just provide different keywords to go after. But you can if you're doing it, you had like a VA or whatever, you can provide articles. It's just a tool. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's very flexible. So
cool. Steven, are you
unique, the better. So
we're gonna see if Steven's there now. Steven, are you back with us? He might need to log back out and log back in again because he had to do that earlier when he first got on. He was having some problems with it, so we'll just keep going until he can. He just logged back out. So it says, what are some of the expenses related to DAS, and should we still invest into building PBNs? I'll let you answer that, Derek.
Yeah, sure. Well, just like with PBNs and DAS, you need usually content, quite a lot of it. So it's gonna invest. I invest in PBNs and I do DAS. So I don't like do one or the other, but I'll do DAS to my PBNs as well, right? So combining the two, it's a lot more powerful than either one by themselves. And what other expenses? Like I use a lot of Fiverr gigs to do either like backlinking or just social media, or I like to get a lot of social signals on my stacks. So that's one of the investments I do. But what about you, Ron? What do you think? I have a VA too, so I don't like to build them all. But
Yeah, can you hear me now, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you. That's okay. Let me see about making you the presenter right now.
Yeah, it's gonna work now. I can see all the buttons.
Good. How about now?
All right, guys. All right, give me one if you can see my Word doc.
Not yet. Now, yes, we can. All right, guys. We now present to you back where we were. Mobile apocalypse.
Hey guys, sorry about the technical difficulties. I don't, as much as I pay GoToWebinar, man. All right, guys. So listen, this isn't going to be long, but I want to go over something with you that's actually going to be really important on a lot of levels. So Google recently announced that it's going to start giving a bonus to sites friendly in its mobile search engine results. Okay, and so let me read you exactly what they said in the letter from Webmaster Tools. So you'll see what I'm talking about. So starting at April 21st, we will be expanding our use of mobile friendliness as a ranking signal. This change will affect mobile searches in all languages worldwide and will have a significant in our search results. Okay, so things to key in on here is all languages worldwide and significant impact in our search results. All right, so guys, give me a 1 if you understand that there is a desktop SERP and a mobile SERP. Give me a 1 if you understand when I say that. All right, give me a 2 if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Give me a 2 if you have no idea when I say a mobile SERP versus a desktop SERP. All right, so we've got a little bit of both here. Okay, so without going into too much detail, what a lot of people don't understand is that if you are sitting at a desktop computer and you type in a search phrase into Google and hit search, the results that you're going to get are not necessarily the same results if you are on a mobile device like an iPhone and put in the exact same keywords. Okay, so now guys, give me a 3 if now everybody's got that. If you understand that there's basically 2 different indexes, not just 1. Give me a 3 if you get that. Okay. All right, everybody's got that. Okay. So what this means is that on April 21st, every site in the world in every language that's not mobile friendly is going to have according to Google, significant impact in their search results. Meaning that if your site is not mobile, there's a good chance that it's going to, disappear, or it's going to be significantly hampered. Okay, so guys, give me a 4 if you understand that mobile search has overtaken desktop search. Give me a 4. Okay, give me a 3 if you don't know that. Okay, it's at 60-something% right now, guys. Okay. So you got to think about all the people who are driving around on their iPhones and they think, "Oh, I'd like to go get a massage done," right? They're going to open up the browser, they're going to type in massage, right? And what they're going to get is mobile SERPs. Okay, they're not going to get desktop SERPs. All right. And more people are searching from mobile devices like phones and tablets and things like that. Okay, so it's absolutely imperative that you get your sites mobile friendly. Okay, so one of the things I want to make sure that you understand is the need is your target audience for this is everyone. Okay, everyone that has a website needs to make sure that their site is what Google calls mobile friendly. Give me a 4 if you've looked up something on Google and you've seen mobile friendly words below the search result. Give me a 4. Okay, give me a 5 if you haven't seen that. Give me a 5 if you haven't seen that. Okay, all right, guys. So what's happening is Google started rolling this out a long time ago. All right, but on April 21st, it's going to be a total push. Okay, that means that it's going to be in every SERP in everywhere. So what you're going to see is this. You'll actually notice when you're on your mobile device, right below the URL, you'll actually see, it'll actually say mobile friendly. And then there's some other things too. It may say like non-friendly or non-viewable. I can't remember. Okay, but there's either you definitely want to have that mobile friendly tag. Okay, so there's a lot of ways to deal with this issue. I'm going to show you a couple of things. So one of the sites that I want to show you. So I forgot one more thing I wanted to tell you. So this is something. Let me show you what everyone in the world who got who has Webmaster Tools installed. Everyone who did that. Well, here, let me just show you a different way. Sorry, guys, my deal crashed. So, all right, so I'm in Webmaster, one of my sites. So basically, guys, give me a 5 if you can still see my screen, if you can actually read the words on here. Give me a 5 if you can still. Okay, good. All right. They got, if you had your site in Webmaster Tools, you got an email recently that said this. Okay, so think about all of your clients, all right, or your potential clients. to the webmaster of Google systems have tested 55 pages and found that 100% of them have critical mobile usability errors. These pages will not be seen as mobile friendly by Google search, and therefore, get this, and will therefore be displayed and ranked appropriately for smartphone users. All right, guys, give me a 3 if you know what Google means appropriately there. Give me a 3, right? Appropriately means screwed, basically, right? All right. So what you've got is you've got a ton of people out here who got this, who are probably scared to death right now. And I can tell you, you can't pull up search engine world, Moz. It doesn't matter where you go. This is going to be top story, okay, for a while. All right. It's all over the place. Are you ready for mobile ranking changes? Okay. It's going to be all over the place. All right. So let me show you. The first thing is I want to show you if you want to do your website, find out if your website is mobile friendly, then you need to go to Webmaster Tools, okay? And I'm not going to go through all this, but if you go through their little prompts there, it's going to take you through, okay? And you can find out, you know, it will analyze your entire website, all right? Now, a lot of you don't. A lot of you, you know, have, you know, 5-page websites, right? And not necessarily all of them need to rank or need to be mobile, okay? So a quick thing that you can do, like right now, all right, is you can go here, and it's google.com/webmaster/tools/mobile friendly, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and pull it up here, okay? And it's this URL, all right? So I'll leave it up there for about 10 seconds. But you can go to this URL and you can put it in, and it's going to give you the answer right away. It's going to say mobile friendly yes or mobile friendly no. All right. So let me show you just as an example. Again, I'm going to stick with my site, my test site, one of them, and I put in, and I'm going to hit analyze. All right. And it's going to take not very long here. To come back, and we're going to find out if this site is mobile friendly or not. Womp, womp, womp.
Hey, like Steven, not to interrupt you, can you put that link inside the text box so everyone can get it?
Yeah, absolutely. Here,
yeah. That way.
I always forget about that.
Yeah, that way everyone has it.
All right, there we go. All right. Everybody get that? Give me a 1 if you got it. All right, perfect. Thanks, Cotton. All right, guys. So again, this is what you see, right? And it gives you some things. Text is too small. Links too close together. Okay. And so you know this is a womp womp. This is a fail. Okay. So again, so if this site has not had something done to it by April 21st, the chances of it ranking in mobile are slim and none. That's its 2 chances. All right. So, guys, give me a 3 if you understand why this is so important. Give me a 3 if you understand why this is so important and why you need to do this. Okay. Give me a 4 if you're like, meh, I got other things to think about. I hope I don't see any 4s. Okay. Yeah, because guys, this is seriously a 911. You know, a lot of times Google release information to just screw with SEOs, and a lot of times Google say stuff that, you know, maybe we'll see. This is not one of those times. Okay. We've been talking about this in the partner program and the webmaster forums for a while. It actually started rolling out technically in 2013, and it was the mobile demotion algorithm, meaning that if you weren't mobile, you could actually get demoted. But anyway, all right, so let's just play like this was our site. All right. So I tell you what, would you guys like to know how to fix this fairly easily?
You know what, Steven? Before you show them how to fix this, I want you to thank Steven. If he's blown your mind so far with what he's been able to view to you, if you're happy that you're an OMG and in director's cut, give me a hashtag mind blown. We have 300 plus people on here right now. We got to get 100 of these. Just hashtag mind blown for Steven. I mean, Steven has been on top of this for us. He's done the work so I don't have to. Thank God that he's a part of OMG. Thank God he's here. He's one of my dear friends, and man, he is just on top of stuff just like no one. I mean, we were talking about it today. Literally, Steven, I think we just planned this, an hour and a half ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I called you, and I was like, hey, are you ready for this?
Yeah. And but not only that, guys, he's not only letting you know what's going to happen. Guys, this could literally just spank your website right out of 60% of everything. Now, if you don't know what a SERP is, if you're brand new, it's search engine results. That's just all it is. It's just a fancy way of saying that. But just think about, do you want 60% of your rankings to disappear? And Steven's going to show you how to fix that right now. Let me just check to see how many hashtag mind blowns we got for you, Steven. It's a very, very simple price to pay to have your expertise on here. It looks like that we've got, I don't know, we still need about 20 more, and then I think we'll be running a roll. But Steven's going to show us how to fix this, and this is amazing. But not only that, guys, I want to let you know before he gets going, we're also going to have a follow-up webinar of how you can make a ton of money off of this with your clients in a couple weeks. Next week is going to be Jimmy and Sue coming back, revealing that huge Amazon stuff. Jimmy's going to be dropping a nuclear bomb that I've been having his feet on the fire to reveal to everyone for a long time. And he finally got him to do it. He's going to reveal that next week and the Amazon plugin. Then a week after that, we're going to have Steven back on, and then we're going to show you how you can make a ton of money off of this before it ever happens on April 21st. So Steven, please continue. I think we got enough hashtag mind blowns for you.
All right, my friend. Thank you. All right, so what I'm going to show you now, first of all, I want to real quick before I show you the fix here, something that people in my group, I have a course also that's local. Something that my group's been asking me is, the difference between responsive and mobile, and is responsive good enough? And the answer is no, not always. Mobile friendly, there's a set of criteria that Google uses to determine if a page is mobile friendly. And if you have a responsive design, it may be mobile friendly. So it may be or it may not. So what you want to do if you have a responsive site is you want to make sure that you come here and run it through this test. Okay? So don't just think because you have a responsive site that necessarily you're good to go. All right. So I showed you this site here, innovatemarketing.com, and that basically it's a fail. All right. So what I today is a simple way to fix this if you are on a WordPress site. Okay, so guys, give me a 3 if you're not using WordPress. Give me 3 if you're not using WordPress. Okay, so all right, good. Pretty much everybody is. That's the OMG way, right? That's what I use for pretty much all my sites too. So, all right, I am going to. So you've seen this site here live. You've seen that it failed. And I'm going to log into the dashboard here, and I am going to install a plugin called Jetpack. All right. So I've mentioned Jetpack maybe on every webinar on OMG because it's so feature-rich and multi-purpose. And so give me a 4 if you don't know what Jetpack is. Give me a 4 if you've never heard of it, have no idea what is it. Give me a 3 if you're like, yeah, I kind of remember that. All right. Okay. Good. All right, good. So, this isn't going to be a lesson about Jetpack, but Jetpack is a free plugin that you can get, and you install it like any other plugin in WordPress. Matter of fact, it's the number 2 or 3 most installed plugin on WordPress. But today, what I'm going to show you is this. So, we're going to install Jetpack first, just like any other plugin, all right? And then we are going to go into the features menu, and we're going to go ahead and view all features. And we're going to go right here to this friendly button that says mobile theme, all right? And we're going to click it, and then we're going to click the button that says activate, all right?
This is some real hard stuff, Steven. This is real hard stuff.
Man, I know. Yeah, I know. So, all right, let's see. Now, I'm here again. Now, let's analyze, and, may not be ready because, sometimes things in the old www take a while, but let's see.
Amazing.
Saw here. I'll still hear my audio?
Actually, I couldn't
Did
hear
we
you
lose?
for about 30 seconds, but I don't know what happened. So you were not.
All right.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you from the moment that the website said, "Awesome, this page is mobile friendly." I think your sound cut out.
Ah, okay. All right,
Yeah.
good. Well, um, was saying was, guys, give me a 3 if you think you can do what I just showed you. Or give me a 4 if you'd like me to make a course and sell it to you for like, I don't know, $100 or $200. Come on, guys, where's the 4s? Boo! Come
Guys,
on.
look at what Steven's shown you. How much money do you think you can make between now and April 21st by just knowing this little trick with every client or possible client that you run across? Give me a number 9 if you get that. Give me a 9. Exactly. Guys, if this hasn't blown your mind, this is so easy to do that literally a kindergartner could fix this. But it's going to be so devastating if it doesn't pass this test. And Steven just took us to school right here, literally in about 10 minutes, and showed us how easy this is to avoid mobile apocalypse.
And hey, Cotton, listen. You know what I thought of? But actually, the reason that I called you earlier is I thought of 2 words. You know what those 2 words were?
What's that?
SEO splitting.
Absolutely. Guys, just think about, and you know what? Someone already put that
Right.
in. Yeah, someone already put that in the question box. But just imagine if you were to reach out to someone and you just go back to page 3, run this test, call them up and say, and I'm just coming up with this on the fly, guys. Remember, I haven't thought about this. I haven't done this. So I'm just giving you like an in-depth of how Steven and I kind of brainstorm and how we just come up with client getting ideas. We're coming up with this one right on the spot. This isn't planned. But what I would do is I would just go back to page 3. I would simply run some of these through this mobile friendly test right here. If they don't pass, I would have a custom template email together. I'd fire that email. I would use a Google dorking that you learned from Vinny. I would find the contact of that business. I would fire that email out, and then I would follow it right back up with a phone call and said, listen, I would have the screenshot of the Google message that's been sent out through email to show them that it's official from Google. And I would tell them, hey, look, we're going right now and we're fixing all these for as little as $199. And we can come in and do some security tests also, maybe even more. I don't know. I'm just coming up with $199 off the top of my head. I mean, it seems like $199 or maybe even $500 is a pretty good amount of money not to get your website just slapped off the whole mobile ranking. So,
and this too, I would show that page I showed first here. Right? I mean, obviously, because if they're not mobile friendly, they're going to have this actual page telling them fail.
mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, I think that would make a great, ad / lump email / however you want to do it.
Oh yeah.
But look what Google is saying about your site.
Sure.
And I can help you.
Yeah, guys are asking questions about what is Google dorking. If you go back to one of the past assimilation webinars to where Vinny was like one of the guests, we go over Google dorking and that. It just helps you find the person that you need to reach in a business very easy with their email and everything. Guys, if this hasn't kind of opened up your eyes, first of all, Steven's pulled your butt out of the fire. If your website hasn't passed this, he showed you how to fix it. Not only that, we just come up with several client getting techniques right on the spot that you could use immediately, and it's current and it's happening right now. Right now. I've never tested this, but guess what I'm going to be doing tomorrow? Do you think I'm going to get some clients? Give me a number 7 if you think I'm going to get some clients tomorrow. Exactly.
Yeah, and the great thing about this is, guys, is you can shop in your own list for this too, man. Right? Like any client that you've ever had that has a website, that you already have a relationship with, this should be an automatic sale for them.
But the good news is also we're going to follow back up with this in a couple weeks, and we're going to show you how we're going to open this up even further. Steven's got some fantastic ideas. He's been working behind the scenes very, very, very heavily on this update, trying to understand it for us. And you could just see, guys, I'm telling you, even though that it seems this simple, it wasn't this simple. Steven made it this simple. That's why.
Yeah, there's going to be some. The next one's going to be cool. I'm going to show you some stuff. I'm going to show you some stuff about how to really monetize this.
Sure. And this is exciting stuff. So guys, do you have anything else to go over on this, Stephen, or does that pretty much cover everything for the moment?
No, I'm gonna put my my Word doc back up for a second because now someone asked for like a citation for it. This is actually from itself, but if you go to any SEO online magazine, it'll have it. But this right here, oh, let me drop it in the chat, guys. Sorry, I always forget to do that. So I'll drop this in the chat box here. But this is the actual notice from Google. So you can use that. And also too, guys, if you're going to be doing this, your promotional stuff for this, don't forget too that you need to have the little graphic in there about the mobile. How mobile search is 62% or whatever.
Right.
That's gonna help you a lot too. But I mean, this is Google telling you something's about to break. It doesn't get much better than this as far as selling.
No, it really doesn't. Guys, we're having some questions here, and it says, how does it make that WordPress site mobile friendly? I really don't care. I just know that it passes the Google test after I use it. I don't need to, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. This is how I am able to scale my business up so quickly. I care about what I'm supposed to care about, and I don't care about what I'm not supposed to care about. And I don't care. I just know that it works because Google just told me that it does. So don't get caught up in the details of this. This works. So Jetpack is how you fix it. And Stephen, if you could do me a favor, if you could put those links in there one more time. We've had a lot of people say that they didn't get them the first time that you pasted them in there. If
Sure.
you could go ahead and do that. And then,
Yeah,
he's going to do that right now. And guys, if you've enjoyed what Stephen's done for you, give him a thank you, but hashtag thanks Stephen. He didn't have to come in here tonight. He could have been with his family. As you heard earlier, his daughters were making a little bit of noise, and Stephen almost put the fear of Jesus into him. He could have been playing with his daughters.
It was
Yeah. If you followed Stephen's post, his nights would consist of who's going to kick whose butt. Is Hulk going to beat Thor, or is someone else going to come in and do it? So Stephen could be having a lot more fun than hanging out with us. Trust me, because these are.
As a matter of fact, I'm leaving. Yep, I'm leaving for church right after this. So
there you go. So guys, please thank him. We have over 300 people on here right now. Let's at least have a couple hundred people thank him. So we do that because he's gonna leave right now, and I want him to see that everyone's appreciated him coming on here and providing this for us. So thank you, Stephen. I greatly appreciate that. But whatever you do,
absolutely
don't end the webinar, my friend. We're like trying to break the streak. We're trying to break the streak of not ending the webinar. And I'm gonna go back over. I'm gonna go back over and take over the presenter again. We're on a.
Thanks, Cotton.
Sure, buddy. It's always a pleasure to have you on here, and let's make sure that we've had enough people. Thank you. Here, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna check. And look at that. We got a lot of thanks, Stevens. This was fantastic. So thanks, Stephen. Enjoy church, buddy, and look for him to be with us again in a couple weeks. And we're going to show you how to monetize this at a much, much, much deeper level. So thanks, Stephen.
Hey, I posted it into the presenter chat too for people that didn't get it. So I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.
All right, guys. Thank you, Stephen. Wow, guys, that was enough for a webinar right there. We could almost shut this thing down after an hour, couldn't we?
All right, let's go.
Guys, you want some more? Give me a 2. Give me 2 if you want more, because guess what? After questions, I'm going to give you, we've had so many questions. Let me just give you a preview of what's to come. We've had so many questions in the OMG group about how to start your SEO agency. We've had so many client getting questions that I'm going to take over and give you a lesson about client getting. Then we're going to follow that back up with, guys, tell me if you enjoyed Derek last week when he just sneakily threw that poor man's PBN in there last week, and then he just dipped out in 5 minutes. Give me a hell yeah if you want him to go over that in more depth. Let me see that. We only got one hell yeah. Oh, there we go. Exactly.
Oh, it was like 100.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is Derek is going to go over that as well after questions. So buckle in, guys. Unfortunately, we're just getting started. So We're going to go back to some questions. So we're going to try to scroll back up to the top to make sure that we didn't miss any questions. Guys, keep the questions coming. And we're going to probably answer questions for another 20, 30 minutes. Part of what these are for Director's Cut, the assimilation webinars, is I don't have a lot of access to people. I get 50 to 30 questions a day coming through Facebook. I don't have a lot of time to answer people's questions. I know that Derek isn't on Facebook a lot. Now's your chance to ask us these questions. And I always revert people over to these assimilation webinars, but unfortunately we've had them packed with such information. We haven't had a chance to answer your questions, and we want to be able to. And normally if you ask me questions on Facebook, I normally get back to everyone, but sometimes with all the questions, it gets very difficult. So guys, if you ever reach out to me, you're more than welcome to, but just please don't take it personally if it gets sandwiched in between 20 other messages, because if I leave for 3 or 4 hours and come back, my inbox gets really full. Some go to the other folder. If you happen to shoot me a message and you're not my friend on Facebook, it goes to the other folder, and I never check that other folder, but maybe once every 2 months. So guys, I accept all friend requests. Don't be shy. And if you need to ask questions, don't be shy. And so we want to be able to answer as many questions as we can before we move on to the lessons. So you know that the assimilation webinar in the office hours is really just about answering questions. What I've kind of done is take these assimilation webinars and put lessons on there with them. These are bonuses. So really what this is about is questions and answers. So we don't want to kind of throw that by the wayside. I know we threw it by the wayside last week, but we want to make sure that we get to your questions. So we'll check to see if we have any more questions coming up front. Here we go.
Yeah, they're all buried now.
Yeah, I'm going to go there. It says, Cotton, Steven's second site did not show up. Please resend.
Which one was that? I posted did the blog one.
Guys, give me a 1 if you got what Derek posted to you. We want to make sure you got. Yeah, everyone got them. All right. I just wanted to make sure.
I don't know if Steven does it wrong or what.
Yeah, Heidi said they're both there now, so
yeah.
She's our unofficial monitor out in the audience. It says here, Octavio asked a question up top, and then I'm going to try to head up top. It says, is it okay to have 30 Web 2.0s all with the same URL, like mySEObrand.weebly, mySEObrand Tumblr? Of course. That's what you're supposed to do.
We always do like a branded one for sure, and then
right
keyword one.
Mm-hmm. Guys, what you want to look at is this is one of the things that I might be able to skip out on my lesson. People are always looking for your first steps. You know, we have a lot of people here that might not understand SEO, and I kind of forget that. We have a lot of Director's Cut members here who are more advanced, so we kind of give the advanced stuff, but we forget about there's a lot of people here that are just starting out. Guys, if you're just starting out, the most important thing to do is to go out and brand yourself. It's the most natural thing that you can do. So that question's very important. It's 100% okay to go out and get Facebook.com, Cotton and Derek's SEO, Twitter.com, Cotton and Derek's SEO, Pinterest, and on and on and on. It's 100% okay. And Google looks at that as being 100% natural for you to brand yourself. And that's the safest way that you can have links coming back to your site and not creating any sort of damage, or you're not worrying about what's going on. It's branding. So don't ever be afraid of building that out. So we go back up top and see what we got here. We have a lot of people saying that Sarah inspired them. That's very good. Mm-hmm. A lot of mobile apocalypse. Let's see here. We don't have any questions. Here we go. Cotton, are you still using Basecamp to manage clients, or have you switched to a different software? I still use Basecamp. I am trying some other softwares right now just because I'm bored. Basecamp works just fine. I'm still using that to manage everyone. The reason I like it is because you can the conversations stay enclosed in that particular platform. So emails, with every subject, you've got to search for them and go back and forth. Basecamp keeps the conversations nice and neat, and every conversation gets kind of cataloged where you can go back and see everything and go back and look at the total relationship there. So that's why I've used it. It makes them feel like they're getting special attention when they ask a question there. So yes, I still use Basecamp. I'm testing one other piece of software right now that I might discuss as soon as I get through it, work out the kinks on it a little bit. It might be better, but you'll be fine with Basecamp right now. I know a lot of other people use some free stuff, but I've like just always used Basecamp. It said, would you explain that one more time, please, about branding? I tell you what, I'm going to go over that a little bit more when I go over some of the client stuff here in a moment. So I'm going to go over that. Kathy, just give me a moment. Rookie question. It says, how do you determine whether a keyword is very difficult to rank? 1 million, 2 million, 5 million results in Google. What is your primary keyword tool? I'll let you answer that, Derek, and then I'll answer that as well.
For me personally, let's look at the results in the first 2 pages to see what I'm against. I don't really care how many results are there or anything else really. So if they're all domain authorities, 30s and 40s, I know I can get in there. But what about you? I sometimes use a Moz keyword tool as well, but
yeah, that's what I use, and I'm just going to go ahead and show it.
But the actual landscape is the best, I think.
Guys, give me a number 4 if you can see my screen. That I'm on Moz right now. Great. All right. What I use to look at stuff is I'm gonna have to go through here and delete a bunch of stuff. Hold on, so no one sees what I'm looking at. All right. So let's just say that we go in here and we want to look for like let's just say dentist. I'll just do that.
I can't spell plumbing, so I'm going to use dentist.
No, that's not it. Dentist, Chicago. Dentist, Chicago, and I want to check the difficulty of that. So I just kind of enter it in here, and I just let it run. And when you start getting very familiar with this, you kind of know what different things are, especially if you've got a number 1 somewhere. And it generally does it pretty quick. Anything in the 40s is going to be fairly difficult. And if you're getting into the 60s and 70s, forget about it. It's pretty difficult. Yeah. So, and then I'll just kind of show you with something like St. Louis SEO, and then we'll run that so we can see also, and then run them. So when you run these together and you can see, all right, I'd know that I have a number 1 ranking for St. Louis SEO, and I have a client that's a dentist that wants to rank for Dentist Chicago. So what it's going to do is you can see that's 47%, which is going to be a pretty difficult keyword because I'm willing to bet that St. Louis SEO is right at that or a little bit under that. I haven't checked it in a long time, but so anything that I think that's going to be difficult, 40% is going to take a while. So this right here, I know would be a very difficult keyword to go after. We'll just wait a couple minutes here, or not a couple minutes, but a couple more seconds and see if this pops up. If not, we'll just come back and look at it. But this is what I've always used to look for stuff. I don't go by 1 million, 2 million or anything like that. There we go. So St. Louis SEO is 50%. And believe it or not, it's actually harder than Chicago SEO. Doesn't make any sense, but it is. So I know that because I've got number 1 in St. Louis that I can rank number 1 here because it's 40%. Then you click on Chicago Dentist, it just kind of breaks down and shows you all of the different DA that you have to go after. And you can see here, Dentist Chicago, these guys right here, Big Smile Dental, number 1, and it just kind of shows you the breakdown of the domain authority and what you need to do. I've always used this. There's different keyword tools to use. There's no right or wrong answer. Just get familiar with one, and if you get familiar with one, then you can put in different keywords, and then you're going to know, all right, I've ranked here, and how is it versus here? Then you know exactly either how many links you're going to need, how long it's going to take, and such forth. I've been able to get pretty accurate with using this down to the month of how long I know it's going to take me to rank something by just using this particular one right here. But there are better ones people like. That's fine. It's all good.
Yeah. People have to understand that it's actually the higher percent is actually makes it harder because people are asking if it's 10% is hard or 90.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, yeah. The higher the, Right, exactly. So, you can look for something that's crazy. Like if we wanted to do something like Orlando SEO, yeah, we're or like even like this CNN, and then just do that. We can just let it run it, and then we'll come back to it. You can honestly see that CNN would be ridiculously harder, like White House or just anything like that. It's like going to be in the 80s or 90s. So the higher the percentage keyword difficulty, it even says right here, if you click on that, shows how difficult it might be to rank higher based on the competition or the site's 1 to 100. What I don't advise you to do is just keep going from keyword tool to keyword tool. Get comfortable with one, stick with that tool, and you'll be able to get very familiar with these percentages and exactly what you're going to try to rank. So we will answer some more questions while this runs. We go back up. Hold on here. Find some more. I came in late. Both there. Thank you. 7-pack questions. I do have page 1 and the top of page 2 rankings for organic now for a client. My 7-pack ranking is 30 and stuck there. He was using a UPS store and about to change it to his home address. Is this okay? Or should we do a virtual office or not a home address? What should we do?
So he's ranking 30, but then the more times you change the address, it's going to even be harder to rank. So
exactly.
Home, like the rental offices or whatever they're called, virtual offices, they're getting even harder and harder to get in the ranks because Google knows what they are, and they know that there's not a full-time person there usually, and that's kind of the Google guidelines for that is someone has to actually physically be at the address during open hours for walk-ins or customers like that. So those actually break terms of service usually. So I'd rather, if you're doing it, I usually rather just do a home address or whatever you can get that's easy to set. I mean, it's all breaking terms of service usually.
More of the story is, guys, this 7-pack is used for legitimate businesses. What you're asking is questions that break terms of services. The best way to rank in a 7-pack is to be a legitimate business, not be working out of your home or not anything else. If you're working out of your home, you're doing fake addresses, virtual offices, you're going to...
Well, you can work out of your home, but it's just whether or not people are allowed to come to your place for business,
Right.
That's different.
I've found that I have a little bit more difficult time, maybe you haven't, that if it's a home address in a rural area than it would be if you're in an actual business location and you're an actual business. So
yeah, it's easier if they can verify. They can verify everything, right? Obviously, they can see everything, and they know it's a house.
Sure. Yeah. So
you don't have an actual sign displayed on there in the front of your house. It'll show up in Google Streets. So
yeah, I mean, they just got to do Street View and they can see exactly where it is.
Yeah. So leave a sign out in your front of your house.
And hope that the Google car comes by and takes a picture of it in the next 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you take a picture of it and then put it up in your dashboard, it's going to help.
Yeah. Absolutely. It said, let me get down here where we're at. It says, Cotton, how much of your income comes from your city SEO rankings in Google? Could you give us a figure? Yes, $275,000 a month. Next question. In last week's webinar, it was disclosed how you can rank in the 7-pack for multiple cities, but it was not really gone over in detail. Can you do a recap on that topic?
We talked about that last.
That was a couple weeks ago when we did assimilate to 7-pack. What we bet that's like kind of a long question and almost.
Well, yeah, the short answer is just make sure that each city location has a dedicated page, and then a dedicated Google My Business page that matches up with the same address as that. And then you want them all under the same email address for the actual dashboard, but that's about it. I mean, it's not too complicated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Melissa, if that isn't a good enough answer for you, just reach out to me on Facebook in the next couple of days, and I'll see what I can do to help you. Let's see. Next question. It says, hi, I'm new to OMG. I want to make money with this as quickly as possible. I know I want to work with local clients, but I don't have a lot of SEO results, so I don't have clients. Is it better for me to do pay per lead model or go directly after clients? Go after clients. I'm getting ready to go over a whole little lesson here that's going to answer your question about everything. So, fastest way to make money in SEO, bar none, over anything, and I'll argue this all day with anyone, is to go out and get clients. I mean, you could sign up for OMG today, not know SEO at all, show someone, do you want to be on page 1 of Google, close a $5,000 client, and pay Derek or myself to rank it for you. You're not going to be able to do that with pay per lead. You're not going to be able to do that with affiliate. You're not going to be able to do that with Amazon products. So if you want to make money quickly, it's simply the fastest way to do it. So says thanks. What about the site plugin? Says newbie question. I apologize. That's no big deal, man. We like all questions. I want to build citations for my first client who is a dentist. When I go to Google my business, his personal Google Plus page and his clinic page shows up. His clinic page is ranking in a 7-pack with the last name dental, but his website has the business name listed as doctor name. Where do I build citations to? The one that is already ranked or the personal one that matches his website but is not in the 7-pack? Thank you.
So he probably has duplicate listings then, sounds like. You're going to have to make sure that you're going to have to sort out which one is the most relevant. And usually I build to the one that would be ranking already and then just kind of get that one verified and then delete the second one that came in because it's just going to cause chaos. But if they have, usually with dentists, they have like one listing for the whole office, and then they have dentists, each one might have their own like sub-practice basically. You have to make sure that they have their own individual phone number. So even if it's one secretary that handles all the phone calls, you want to get them set up with a tracking call number or something like that, just so you can have a different phone number for each dentist. That way you're not breaking any of the terms of service and you're not going to get duplicate listing penalties. So hope that helps a little bit. You have to look around too. I mean, the best way to do is look to offices because, I mean, a lot of them have it sorted out. So if you're not researching what other people are doing, you're kind of playing with only a quarter of the puzzle.
Okay, great. The next question is, what is the best strategy to start an SEO biz with a low budget? Hold on, we're getting ready to go over a how to start up an agency lesson here in just a moment. So we will get to that question. Next question is, hi Cotton, my site is stuck at the bottom of page 2 and on the Google listing. Any quick fix to move it to page 1 and a number 1 listing? Thanks, buddy. Without looking at the website, without looking at the on-page SEO and everything else, it would be very, very hard to just tell you what to do. If you want to, I'm not going to call your name out, just message me or Derek and we'll take a look at it. And we'll look at what your anchor text is, what your titles are and other stuff. And we'll look at some stuff and see what we can do to help you. So it's kind of hard to do that just on a generalization like that. It says, since you don't have any questions, any chance you could elaborate on Google dorking? Lorraine, if you go back, and I don't know what the date of it was, you have access to all of my webinars on replay. It's the one that Vinny was on. Just rewatch that, and we go over it right there. It says, I could not attend live last week, but watch the replay. Derek started his bum PBN method. Can you share the link? Yes, he's going to share that again, and Derek's going to go over all of that here before we leave tonight. For Derek, I live in Canada and have my YouTube video for Best SEO Company in my city stuck on page 3 on google.ca, but on page 1 for google.com. And the same thing for the same keyword, I have my website stuck on page 4 on CA, but on .com and Bing, I have my website on page 2. Any help would be appreciated. Thank you.
Well, for the websites, I noticed that I've had a couple clients that were ranking number 1 for their main keyword, but it was on the google.com, and they were stuck on page 2 or 3 in google.ca. For that one, I just basically switched their domain over to a .in, and then it went right up to page 1. So that's something you should always look into. Sticking to a locally targeted TLD, whatever domain name, so Canada.ca, is going to help quite a lot, even though Google says it doesn't really, but it really does. For actual YouTube, you're just going to have to signals from actual Canada to make it a little rank a little higher. So making sure that in your description you have a little bit more geo-specific keywords in there. And with that high domain authority, you can actually list quite a few without actually getting penalty on it. So hopefully someone might know what that means. And the more links from .ca or local area, it's going to actually boost it quite a lot. So most people are ranking things in Canada with a lot of .coms and .orgs and stuff like that, and that's why the CA is kind of sluggish to rank that day. So the more local stuff, the better.
Great.
Hope that helps.
Great answer, buddy. Next question, resending from the first minute of the webinar. Cotton, number 1. When you sent out videos for YP prospects, did they all go warm prospects where you talked to them, or were they sent cold? They were sent cold, and I think I've said this before, there's nothing against YouTube. I just don't like YouTube. I've never used YouTube whatsoever. I use Vimeo. I send a link and I send a password with it. I don't want to, and I know that you can make videos private on YouTube. I just think that YouTube has a cheaper feel to it. And if I'm going to send every one of my client prospect videos or my video analysis or anything that I do with my clients is done through Vimeo, I just send a link and I send a password. I don't send the full video to them. So then the second part to the question is, do you have a problem with the video size being too large for some of the emails? I guess I just read it ahead while you were answering the question, answered it. No, because I'm using a link. It's talking about compression. Just send the link. Send the link and a password. Do you have a problem with this? Also, didn't you spend most of the video on lost opportunity and just a minimal time on Google results and analytics? No, I spend an equal amount of time on everything. I kind of go over everything in my analysis videos that I send out to my clients. I go over mobile optimization to their power of their website, to trust, I go over everything. So I just don't go over lost revenue. I go over everything very, very quickly. My videos are anywhere from 7 to 8 minutes. I just make it really lean and mean. Certain website building. I know nothing about websites, so Derek, this is going to have to be you. It says, Norman asked a question, certain website builders like Shopify and ClickFunnels have you build sites on their subdomains and they domain forward to your own unique domain. Can Google Spiders detect that the site has been forwarded, or do they ding it for you, or can you get dinged for iframe content?
It's not iframing. It's usually domain mapping. So it's actually when they go to your subdomain address, it'll forward a 301 to your actual domain name you bought. So you can actually you're getting a little bit of a domain authority stacking going on there. So it's actually really great. I actually I have a Shopify right now, and I actually ranked it on the subdomain first, and then I mapped it. So it's a lot better that way.
Great. Next question is, it says for non-mobile, non-WordPress site, would a mobile-only site on a subdomain and a redirect work? You would have to run it through that Google test to find out. I have no idea. I haven't tested it enough yet, and this is so brand new that I wouldn't know how to answer that question. But if you did it and tested it through what we showed you how to do with Google's mobile friendly test, and if it passes it, it works. If not, that's how we have to find it out. So let us know, George. Try it out and let all of OMG know. It's a great little research and development that you can share with the community. It says, I'm a newbie. I have a few sites on HostGator. Should I set up my SEO domain on HostGator or get a different host? I understand that varying hosting for PBNs for sites, I don't want it to be public. So is it okay to have the same hosting account? I'll let you answer, Derek, and then I can answer too.
What was it? The PBNs are all on the same hosting account?
Let me read the question again. It says, I have a few sites on HostGator.
Mm-hmm.
Should I set up my SEO domain on HostGator or get a different host? I understand about varying hostings for PBNs for sites that I will be public. Is it okay to have the same hosting account?
For your money sites, it's not like I've done it where I have the same IP on multiple money sites, but then I make sure I don't form any patterns with the PBNs. Like I won't reuse the same PBNs, but if you want, you can just use Cloudflare, and then you can get a unique IP on each of those money sites, and then you should be all squared up. Other than that, I'll just use Todd's hosting for most of my PBNs. So and that's usually 3 servers, but they also look like there's coming from a lot more data centers. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't ever use my money site on the same host. I have my PBNs at one host with different IPs, and I have my money sites on a different one. So that's just my take. What I do, there's different answers to everyone. It seems to work for me. So hopefully one of those 2 answers helped you. Next one. It says, if you test Steven's Google mobile test, it says not mobile friendly and client isn't on WordPress. How do you add plugin? If the client isn't on WordPress, I think we just kind of answered that question. Yeah, I just think they
have. There's some mobile websites you can actually just buy, and then they're all static, and then you upload it to your FTP. We'll have to do more research on which ones are actually good.
Mm-hmm. Next question is, Cotton, how have you so handily avoided the duplicate content penalty on 2 of your main sites, cottongrammar.com and Resilient Solution? Well, Brent, I've got about 7 or 8 sites with the exact same content. The reason is when you're doing local SEO, that does not apply. So, but not only
They're
that,
all targeting different CDs. They're all different.
Right. But also, if you'll pay close attention, the last half of my page is unique. I've done that on purpose. I don't fully rely upon that that algorithm to hold up. So I went ahead and played it extra safe. Pay attention to all my cities. I have an 800 to 1,000 word article that is unique at the bottom of every page. So just probably about the first half of it is the same. The second half is all unique. It says here. Let's see here. It says, when should we pay for this tool, Moz? You don't have to do it. I mean, this is just something, guys. I learned with all separate tools. I still pay for Moz. I still pay for Ahrefs, Majestic, and all of them. I'm just used to it. I know OMG Command Center is great. I have nothing against it. I know it helps out a lot of. I would have used it when I first started out, but once you get used to patterns and how you always do things, you just do it. But it's nothing that you have to have. What tool should we pay for in the beginning? It's always funny how we answer questions in the very next one. We answer it. Guys, if I was starting out from the very beginning, I would just go with OMG Command Center or Todd's PBNX or one of those 2 that's just kind of got everything encompassed in it. When Derek and I have been doing SEO for a while, we have been used to separate tools, and it's very hard to break habits. So I would just say,
like learning new stuff.
Yeah, I don't either. Just use OMG Command Center. That's probably going to be the easiest thing for you, and I think that's going to take everything. Yeah.
I've been using PBNX a little bit too, so.
Yeah, that as well. It says, yeah, we're getting there. Is that telling you how difficult it is to be number 1 or just on page 1 for this keyword analysis? How difficult is it to be number 1? Does OMG Command Center run a similar report? I have no idea. I don't use it, neither does Derek. So you would have to ask Colin that question. It says,
And I think this actual tool just takes an average of everything ranking, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the first page.
Sure. Like I said, I just kind of use a number just to kind of gauge, like I rank number 1 for St. Louis, so I know that I can definitely, with my PBNs and what I've done, I can definitely rank for Orlando. And then I definitely know that because I've did St. Louis SEO, I definitely know I can rank, Dennis, Chicago, but I have no clue. Well, I mean, I'm trying to rank sites that's difficult, but then I know that St. Louis is going to be much harder than this. That's like all I gauge it. I don't really dig that deep into stuff. I just, the bottom line is, guys, that you can overthink things all day. If you're not ranking, there's either on-page stuff going on or you just need more links.
Mm-hmm.
Next question is, it says, what would you do if your first client was a precious metal owner who wants to rank nationally? Any ideas would be appreciated. How would you find hidden or easier keywords for a niche? We're going to go over that here in a second, and we're going to answer a couple more questions, and we're going to get into the client stuff here in a moment. It says, do you know if Command Center has something like this? Once again, no idea. How would DAA compare to Kraken or the last keyword tool? Do you know what that means, Derek? DAA?
DAA?
Yeah.
No.
I don't either. Yeah, if you can re-ask the question, we can answer it for you. We have someone who says, whoa, just mobile friendly to my site. Great. So do you think it's too late in the game to get involved in Regal Gold Market as an affiliate? No, not at all.
I wouldn't go with Regal Gold anymore, though. But
yeah. No, it's not too
they've been
late.
having problems with their affiliates paying their affiliates.
Didn't know that. That's good information to know. Does SERP have this capability? Do we have the Snowg Command Center? No.
DAA equals DAS. Okay. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's a good advice, Cotton. Keeps me feeling like that. But you guys, you definitely don't have to have Moz. Moz is $99 a month. If you're paying for ONG Command Center, you're like, fine. Back a year ago when none of this stuff existed, it was group by city. There'd be 20 people split a $99 Moz account, and we would all share it. That's how I did. Then when I started making money, I just bought my own. So don't think that you got to go out and buy every tool that there is. It's just ridiculous. What tools do you recommend? We just kind of been going over that. How soon do you see movement for a brand new site with vKraken and Social Explosion? Well, if that's all you're going to use on it, probably a long time. You need to do more to your website than that. So these are fantastic. Just imagine this. Imagine if you had a rock, and imagine if you had rollers under the rock. The rock's still going to be as heavy, but it's going to be easier to move because you've got rollers, but you're still going to have to push hard. That's what vKraken and Social Explosion is going to do. It's going to move the rock a little bit easier, but you're still going to need some power, and you're still going to need some links to get it going. I hope that analogy kind of makes sense. It says they want to know if the UPS store is okay or not, Derek.
For verifying local address? If you can get it approved, you can get it approved.
Well, they didn't say either way. I guess they just want to know if it's okay to send out packages from. Do you recommend them or FedEx? Yeah. It says right here.
FedEx.
Oh, my buddy Alex is on. What's up, Alex? It says, do you guys use Hide My Ass or something similar? No, I haven't. What about you, Derek?
I use it for some stuff.
Maybe if Alex just message me tomorrow and I'll answer your question. I don't know in which capacity that you're talking about, but Alex is good buddy. The one that he's helped a lot of OMGers out. He's been on a couple webinars this year with us. We'll have to get him back on. It says, have you had multiple virtual addresses for the same website rank in different 7-packs in different cities that way? I haven't. Have you, Derek?
Yeah, I've had different ones. I've even had non-verified ones ranked.
Okay.
Which is kind of hard to do, but.
Vince is saying that his client was a carpet cleaner, legitimate business. He's like, remember when we were talking about that? Don't try to use 7-pack to game stuff. He was talking about using his home address, or should he use a virtual? I mean, if his business is really out of his home, I just use his home. That's what it is. I mean, it's
you make sure you put it under a service area, business service, and not show the location, because you don't want to stay within terms of service. They can't actually go to the address to get carpet cleaning right. So
great. We have a question from Wayne. He wants to know, are you using a single host and the Cloudflare method you demoed last week for new money sites, or do you still spread the money sites around on different hosts? I'll let you answer that, Derek, then I'll answer it too.
Most of my money sites are on the same host, but I'm always using different IPs and stuff. So.
And I'm just going to answer that question. I've never used Cloudflare. I just wanted to give that to you guys for a different alternative to do it. I have all of my sites spread out over about 3 different hosts using all separate IPs. And I've never had a problem. So I don't, I like kind of stick with, Greg and I talk a lot. I like what he does. So I just kind of follow what he does. It says, what can you recommend for me for better site optimization and better conversions? Any video in OMG? Obviously, guys, we've been saying it over and over and over again. If you haven't watched Greg's Sink or Swim video and the lesson that Greg went over last week, go back and watch last week's webinar. Listen to what Greg talks about with better site optimization or better conversions. If you're actually talking about conversions on websites, how to writing copy, I don't think there's any sort of video like that on OMG. I can't think of one. Is there, Derek, that you know of?
For optimizing site?
No, just for better conversions. I don't really understand the question, so I'm kind of answering it in all forms here. It says, what can you recommend me for better site optimization for better conversions? Any video in OMG. So because we've added conversions on there, I think they might be talking about sales optimization. Maybe I'm not quite certain.
Fletch stuff maybe.
Yeah. I do sales copy, and I'm really, really, really good at sales copy, but I don't do it for anyone because it's so painful for me to do. Like, it took me weeks to write my website, and it took me a long time to do my videos and stuff. So, just kind of, I really don't know what to recommend. Just kind of write things. I mean, if you're talking about sales copy, you need to write in a way that you think people want to hear it, and it needs to sound like you. That's the best advice I can give you. How do we say we are different from every other SEO out there without going down the rabbit hole and confusing people with all the OMG magic that is in DC? You know what? We're going to go over that here in a moment. I think we've kind of got to a lot of questions so far. We've been doing questions for a bit. We'll do a few more. Then I'm going to get to my quick client stuff here second. We're going to get back to that. Rebecca says, how do you go about working on someone else's site from my home? Let's say I want to use Steve SEO splitting trick. Do I have to go to the business client place to do it? It's a rookie question, I guess. Yeah, I don't go anywhere. My office is in my house. I rarely leave my office. I don't go and meet with any business ever at this point. There's like no need to. I have clients all over the United States, and I've rarely met any of my clients. Matter of fact, I'm going to get into that here in a little bit. I kind of don't have time to meet all my clients. I mean, the amount of money that I'm doing, the amount of clients I have, if I took the time to meet every client, went to dinner with them, went to all their birthday parties and did everything else, I'd never be able to scale my business. I'm not going to take time out of my day. Now, don't get me wrong. I encourage you to do this if it's your first couple deals and that's what you want to do. But if you've got a lot of clients and you want to scale your business, you can't spend time running out, handshaking every person that contacts you. It makes you look needy, and we're going to go over that in a little bit as well. So how do I find the citations that are already built to check if the NAP is correct, Derek?
Yeah, you can use that. The Moz tool is probably one of the best, and then Qzx.com, you can scan all your citations there, and that's the ones that I use. I mean, there's just Google citation scanner or citation lookup.
Great. Janine asked a question. She says, do the newbies know to watch the webinars from the past? That's a good question. Guys, what I encourage you to do is, especially if you're in Project Breakthrough, all the 2015 webinars are unbelievably valuable. I would go back and watch all of, the assimilation webinars, Network Empire, Joe Martfolio, Fletch, Greg. I know it's a lot of information to take in, but I would try to find ways. Some of the ways that I've found time to do it, if you work out, just have it running in the background. That's kind of why I don't do any of the make you read text on the screen. I want you to be able to pull this up from your cell phone if you want to listen to the replay, and put your headphones in and listen to us if you're walking or in your car or something like that, to stream through a Bluetooth player or something like this, so you don't need to read anything. So very rarely do I like to do webinars of the questions and answers where you've got to read stuff or where you've got to look at the screen, because I kind of want it to be almost like a radio show to where you can still get your information. Then if you look at the screen, it adds value. So guys, go back and watch as many of the 2015 stuff as you can if you have time. I know that OMG has a lot of material in it. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours worth of stuff. So it says here for Derek, I live in Canada and have my YouTube video. Well, I could have swore we just did that. Maybe
I think so.
yeah. Hold on. Cotton, did you say that we can pay you or Derek to rank websites for us? If so, how does that work? I was just using that by example. There's other OMGers that do know a little bit about SEO that might want the business. I don't particularly do white label stuff. Derek, do you?
For a select group of people.
I think Derek's pretty expensive also, and I'm pretty expensive. Guys, don't like look at us as your options to like get your SEO done or to ramp. There's other, if you need a suggestion of people, just personal message me or like Derek and say, hey, I've like got some SEO work that I need done. Who would you suggest? We can't promise that we're going to take it on because we have a lot of clients, and and I run my agency along with OMG and just a lot of other stuff. So I don't have time to like take on side projects, but we can certainly direct you to the right OMGer that would be a good fit for you personality wise and skill wise that might want to split a deal with you. So hopefully that answers your question. It says dropped out for a while, so I don't know if it got answered. It says Cotton joined OMG recently and going through your 7-pack videos for your SEO site. You rank for St. Louis, New Orleans, Chicago. Do you have a virtual office address for each of these in order to rank for the 7-pack in each of them? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't give a damn about the 7-pack. I just don't care. I'm not trying to rank in a 7-pack, and I don't have any addresses right now. I like removed all my addresses, or if I hadn't, I am. It's just one layer of difficulty that I don't want to have to think about. I have so many other things to concentrate on and hold up the rankings, make sure the websites are good, rank other client stuff. I don't offer the 7-pack. I don't tell people I can do the 7-pack, and we're going to get ready to talk about that in a minute. I keep my life very simple and scalable so I can make as much money as possible. So to answer your question, I'm not trying to rank in a 7-pack anywhere. So there we go. Alex wanted to tell you that your bum PBN was tight, and he's looking forward to you going over it.
That's the word bum. Tight
Right.
bum.
Paulio just said that for those of you that had your question about, thank you, Paul, that the Google Dorking video that you want to watch the webinar was the assimilation webinar from February 11th. Octavio said some nice cuss words. We won't repeat those. And here is Alex again. Mike, well, let's go with Mike. Not sure people realize what a bomb you guys just dropped, Derek. Great stuff. Uh, it's cool. Another question from Alex. It says, do you ever use the bum PBN method, then 301 it from inside Tumblr to a money site? PM me if you can answer that out loud. Oh,
Uh,
it's funny. Paulie D, I'll let you message Alex on that. It says, why Vimeo as opposed to YouTube? It's a personal preference. I don't want you to think that I'm telling you not to use YouTube. I just think that YouTube is ghetto, and I just think that Vimeo has a much cleaner feel to it. I just like Vimeo better for my client stuff. I just have never liked YouTube for client stuff. I think YouTube's great for music videos and for cheap affiliate stuff, and that's all I really see on there. When it comes to Vimeo, I just feel better about it. There's some other video software that I use also that I rank with, but I have nothing against it. It's just a personal preference. If you like YouTube, use it. There's nothing wrong with it. So with that, guys, we're going to go into, I think we've got about enough questions in. We've got about an hour of questions in. We're going to go over something that a lot of people have been asking in the Facebook groups and stuff, and that is, we have a lot of new people, is how do I get started with an SEO agency and what do I need to do? We've had a lot of questions that we've had asked. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to answer these questions the best that we can here tonight. I'm going to have Derek help me answer some of these questions as well to get his opinion on these. The first thing that I want to try to go over with guys is the fastest way to make money at OMG, and we've had this question over and over again, is how do you do that? And I've already answered it tonight several times. Do you put up a pay-per lead site? Do you put up an affiliate site? Do you put up a product? Guys, these are all going to take a lot of time and a lot of patience. If you want to go out and make money tomorrow, you can take the information that we've provided to you tonight about the mobile apocalypse and about how it's going to hit and about how anyone, we just gave you a client getting method tonight. You could go to any business, talk to them about it, and have a client inside of 48 hours. Now, can you rank a website or an affiliate site in 48 hours and put money in your hand? No. Can you rank a pay-per-lead site that quick and put money in your hand in 48 hours and have it residual? Absolutely not. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to set up your agency from the very beginning. I know this is very, very beginning level, but we have a lot of new OMGers. We have about 300 plus new OMGers. I think it's closer to 400 that really don't have this question. And I keep forgetting that not everyone is at our level and that we need to go back and go over the basics. It's something that Mike, David, and Greg and I have been talking about quite a bit. And through March and through April, we're talking about OMG mastery. Now, I'd like to know that we've went over a lot of cool stuff on Assimilation webinar. Derek has bomb dropped some incredible stuff. Jimmy has, we've had Armando come on here, Alex, everyone else, Stephen Floyd. We've all dropped this, but guys, how much of this are we really applying? We can only keep giving you trick after trick after trick and new stuff after new stuff. But if you're not applying it, it doesn't do you any good. And you could see last week when Greg came on last week and when he went over the basics, it just kind of opened up the doors to a lot of people. I know that Mike had reached out to me and says, man, we got more emails about people inquiring where the sink or swim video was than any other thing. And it's true. When you go back to the basics and when you follow some of the basics of SEO, that's where your mistakes are going to lie. Trying all of these other tricks, if you haven't got down the basics of SEO or how to set up your agency, if you want to do clients, it can be very difficult. So with that, we're going to go over a couple quick things for those of you that are brand new, just to kind of get you familiarized with what you do. Guys, we're going to start from the very beginning. If you just got into OMG and you're wanting to know, what do I need to do to start up my SEO agency? One of the first questions that you're going to have is, do I go out and do I buy a branded or an exact match domain to get started with? What do you do? So as you can see, I did both. If you go to St. Louis SEO, and if we pull that up, we can go right here, and I did both. And what I did was, hold on, I can't see because I've got the GoToWebinar in front of me. As you can see, I've got the number 1 and I've got the number 2 positions in St. Louis. This is 100% by accident. So I branded a website but I did no exact match domain. I branded both of them. But I can tell you right now that when we go back to this, if I had to do it all over again right now, I would do an exact match domain. If you want the speed of ranking faster, exact match domains are moving faster right now than branded.
Especially if they're verified.
Exactly. So when you go into branded, right. So Google just knows more what the website is about. And I did test on both ways. I know that Derek has. I built a website that literally just shot up very, very, very quickly that was an exact match domain. So let's just say that you're going after just a city, and let's just say Atlanta, and you want to do AtlantaSEOExperts.com or .net or .org. And if you do everything correct, watch your sink or swim videos, do everything correctly, you're probably going to get a little better movement out of that than you ever would going with a branded name like CottonGrammar.com or DerekOwasiak.com or ResilientSolution.com, which is what I've done. So right now, if you're looking for speed, I would go with the exact match domain over a branded domain, or I would definitely do both. And that's what I did to get both of mine up there. I just ranked two things in 2 different ways. The second that we're going to get is guys, you're going to have to get your site together. And what I mean by getting your site together is put together a website that looks professional, that gets people excited about it, that makes it look like you're $1 million agency. Nobody wants to look at and give you thousands and thousands of dollars a month if they see that you're not on top of your game for SEO and that you don't have a website that's fresh, that's clean, that grabs their attention, that looks modern and everything else. So you're going to want to take some time, and those of you that are in Project Breakthrough and those of you that are in Director's Cut, have the Director's Cut skin that was built by Mike Hayden. It was kind of themed after my website. Guys, get your site together and make it look like you're $1 million agency. Everything about how much you can charge and what you do is based about your appearance and how you set that up, especially what you say, how you present yourself. So that's one of the things you want to look at. And next on the list that we're going to want to look at is we want to get a local number or an 800 number to get your phone calls in. And I have chosen with mine an 800 number. And that's because I'm in multiple cities. I want the same number running across the whole spectrum. I don't want my clients knowing that I'm in multiple cities. I've lost a few clients when they say, "Where are you at?" And I say, "Oh, well, I want someone local." And I'm like, "Well, I am local." I'm ranking there. So I use an 800 number just to mask it up. You can use whatever you want. I've used RingCentral800.com for my 800 number. They're very affordable for local numbers. There's CallFire, there's Fly Number, there's a lot of different stuff. Just don't get caught up in the details a lot about this stuff. I'm just trying to help those individuals along that are just getting started. The next thing you're going to want to do is create a discovery form. Guys, this is literally the pinnacle of all client SEO. And we're going to go over this in a second. And the discovery form is right here. And if you haven't had a chance and you're in Project Breakthrough and you're in Director's Cut, go through and watch the videos that Mike and I do describing why I created the discovery form, why it's so powerful, and why it works. And it is one of the most powerful and effective ways that you can ever have with SEO right now. And we're going to go into that in a little bit more depth. What you're going to want to do is guys, don't be scared to go after harder keywords. One of the big things that I did when I first started out, and it was literally ridiculous, is I was so scared to go after St. Louis SEO that what I did was I went after Midwest SEO because I was scared. And as you can see, I still hold it right here. And there's another OMGer right here that just wanted to see if he could take me out right there. So it was silly of me to do that. Never be scared to go after big stuff. I admired Heather McCarthy a lot. She lives in San Francisco. It's a monster keyword. She was plugging away. She was digging in. And you know what? She didn't even know that she was ranked in a 7-pack and start getting phone calls in and start getting clients. What I'm saying is don't ever underestimate what you can do or your talent. Don't ever get scared to go after bigger cities or other stuff. Don't worry about if you see that I'm there, Derek's there, or someone else is there. Go for it, guys. I'm not invincible. Derek's not invincible. We can be taken out. And you know what? If there's going to be someone hold the number one position, I want it to be an OMGer. And I'm okay if an OMGer knocks me out. You deserved it if you did. So dream big, go big, and just be patient. That's the main thing that I want to do when you're starting your agency. Next thing I want you guys to look at after is, what do I do when I get my first prospect? This is a question that we get asked a lot in OMG. So we're going to go through this. The first thing that you're going to do is, guys, is no matter who it is, whether it's someone that you've cold called, that you sent an email to, whether it's a friend that you've ran into the grocery store, let's go into the live prospect. Let's say there's a grocery store, you run into someone, a business owner, you start talking, you say you have an SEO agency, he does that. What do you do? It's simple, guys. You route them through the discovery form. And the reason is, guys, it's so important to gain control and to frame your client from the very beginning. We want them to apply to work for us and to agree to go through all of these terms here. It sets the mentality that we're in control. What I want you to do with the website, as I talked about in the beginning, to have a very professional looking website, to have the sales copy on it, down looking amazing. And the discovery form is, we're setting up the position of authority. We're setting up the position of expertise. Expertise and authority gets paid more. Think about the number one attorney in a city. You just can't get them on the phone. And the bottom line is you're going to have to apply to work for them. Some of the number one attorneys in the country, even if you wanted them to help you with something, they won't do it. The top brain surgeon, if you want him to work on your heart, he's going to say no, he doesn't do it. So I've set up my criteria with exactly what I'm going to do business with. I don't do get rich quick schemes, adult theme material. I don't do startups. And I let people know that I don't take everybody, that I actually hand select my clients. Let them know that there's a good possibility we might not be a good fit together, and I'm going to turn them down. So they're applying to work for me. It's one of the most powerful things that you can do. It puts the control back in you. Even when you're cold calling. Now, let's just take it that you've cold called someone, you've sent out some emails, you've did some other stuff, and you've sent out that email and they contact you and they say, well, what can you do for me? Route them back to the discovery form. What it does is it puts you back in control. Just go, I would love to be able to tell you what we can do for you, but unfortunately, for me to tell you what we can do for you, I need to get some more information. I'm no different than a physician. You come into the doctor's office, you say that there's something wrong with you. I need to get all the information to diagnose exactly what we can do with your website to find out if we're even a good fit for you. So if you can go to cottongrammar.com discovery page, fill that out for me, get that back to me, I can get a video analysis to you in the next 48 to 72 hours. Guys, if this is making sense to me, give me a number 3. Give me a number 3 if this is making sense. Great. If you guys are finding this sort of information helpful, give me number 7. Great. So guys, no matter what, whether it's a cold call, whether it's someone you're running into at the drugstore or CVS, whether you're running into them at the mall, whether you're going anywhere, we want to route them back to this discovery form. It takes control back to you and now getting them to apply for you. So when someone goes, well, you called me. Yeah, but you applied to work for me. So if they won't fill out the discovery form, guys, it's not a client. They're not going to be compliant with you. That's just not the client that you want. Every person that I know that wants to do business with me will fill out this discovery form. They just will. So trust me, I get several fake discovery forms every day from OMGers checking it out and from other people. So if you need to check it out, check it out. I'm working on a new discovery form right now. But always remember, please route everyone through the discovery form. It's a form of gaining control, putting you back in control of the client, putting you in the driver's seat once again, whether it's a cold call, a warm lead, whether it's a friend. I would even make my dad fill this out. So they have to fill it out and they have to apply with me and they have to comply with these rules here. They need to have a steady flow of leads and customers. Guys, I don't want to do startups. And the reason I say I don't do startups is I've just had bad experiences where they just expect too much. I want a good, solid product and a good reputation. Everything we do together is going to be more profits and sales. That's it. Those are the requirements. And I tell them that we're going to sit down, and I generally send them out a video after that. So if this is clear with like everyone, give me a number 2 if you know that no matter what you do, you need to set up a discovery form, and however you meet anybody, you need to route them to the discovery form. Give me number 2. It's so powerful, guys. I'm gonna tell you, if you try to do this without a discovery form, it's gonna make your life so difficult. It's ridiculous. This can streamline your work. Guys, I strictly do Fortune 500 companies right now. I strictly do all of this. I make them fill out this discovery form. I make CEOs fill out the discovery form. They don't fill it out, they don't get to do business with me. It's part of it. Think about it. You don't walk into a doctor's office and what's the first thing you have to do when you go to a new doctor's office? Who can tell me? When you walk into a doctor's office, it's a brand new doctor. Who can tell me what you have to do when you walk in there? Exactly. Chris just said it. Fill out a ton of paperwork. Fill out the paperwork, your history. Right. You fill out forms. You do all of that. Guys, this is no different. And you want to know why? Because they need to know your history to best diagnose you, to make sure that they don't make a mistake. If you're doing client consulting right now and you're not getting the right information to get your videos out or to get your your proposals out or to gain control of the client through framing, you're not doing client SEO right. I can't even tell you how important this is. So if I've made this clear how important the discovery form is, give me a number 8.
I was going to say pee in a cup, but
hey, you know what? That might be the second thing, man. We might have to make people pee in a cup to work for me. Do some drug tests here. Yeah. So, right. The next thing is, what do I do to get my first prospect? Guys, we've just covered this. So if you're starting up your own agency, let me recap this once again. I would get an exact match domain, or I would get both, a branded, and try to rank both. Then what I would do is I'd build a very professional looking website that Mike Hayden has designed for you that OMG gives you if you're in Director's Cut. I'd put that up. Guys, I've spent months putting this website together. How it looks, it converts. It just converts. Trust me. And I've told you how to go out to get a local phone number. I wouldn't put your cell phone number on there, or go out and get an 800 number. Guys, the 800 number is very expensive. I think I'm paying something like $9 a month. It's ridiculous. And I only pay for like 3 cents a phone call, like a minute when it comes in or something. It's ridiculously cheap. I've showed you what to do when you get a prospect. Now, once again, we're going to route them to the discovery form, and then we're going to create a video analysis. So my whole formula of what I do is, once they go to the discovery form and I fill it out, I use Wufoo form. I did use Wufoo forms in the beginning. I switched to Gravity, and I tell you why I did. I wanted the time on my website to be a little longer. And I wanted them to click through some things, which is also going to help increase my ranking. They're going to stay on the website longer, so it's 3 pages. It's actually 3 steps right here, if you can see, to get through it. So there's going to be some click-throughs. There's going to be some interaction. It's going to look better to Google. And also, I don't want them to see the questions. Have you ever got to a form and you've seen something and they're all just, oh my God, that's too long, I'm not even going to do it? Give me a number 3 if you've said that. If you've seen a form and you go, oh my God, that's too long, I'm not going to do it. But check it out. If you've already got to the first page, aren't you going to go to the second and the third page? You're already in it. So what I'm saying is, that's why I switched to Gravity. That's why I like it. And so with that, we're going to route them to the discovery form. Once I get it in, the Gravity forms text messages me. It also sends an email out to myself, lets me know that the prospect has got something in, of every question answered in great detail. I can look at it from my website. I can look at it from my email. I can look at it from anywhere. It's very, very, very good. The next thing that I do is I take all of that information and I provide them with a free video analysis. So I'm going to give you the next step. What happens is This is a phone call. I'm going to give you an example phone call, and I'm going to try to move through this quickly because I don't want to make this a 4-hour webinar. We get in a phone call. Let's say that someone has filled out the discovery form, and it happens quite a bit right now. I've had a company today, a very well-known company, fill out the discovery form today. What I did was I then give a welcome phone call. Hey, this is Cotton from CottonGrammar.com. I noticed that you filled out some information about search engine optimization. What I'd like to do is just kind of, say hello and find out what you thought SEO could do for you and why we would be a good fit to work with. Then I shut up and I let them talk. I really don't care what they say. They're going to tell me something. I'm going to listen to it. If there's any value in what they say, I do. Then I ask the most important question. So let me ask you this. If 6 months from now that I had completed the greatest SEO campaign for you ever, what would that look like? What does that do? It automatically lets them know in a very NLP way that we're going to be working for 6 months together minimum. And it also tells me what their expectations are. It lets me know exactly how they're going to feel at the end of it. They might say, well, I want to be ranking for 47 things and this and this. Then I know that they're unrealistic. So there's all that. I get that information from them. I said, all right, well, Cotton, how much is this going to cost? I really don't know. I just wanted to call to greet you and to say hello and to let you know that I'm going to do a free video analysis for you, and I'll get everything out to you in the next 48 to 72 business hours. Well, you have no idea how much this can cost? Once again, I haven't had a chance to thoroughly analyze your data. Once I do, I will do my best to get that out to you. But what I want to do is get that free video. I refuse to answer pricing questions. Guys, those of you that are giving prices on the first phone call are killing yourselves. Killing yourselves. Don't do it. I want you to give me a number 8 if you understand. Never give prices on the first phone call. Ever. It's very important. Never. That's all they want from you is a price. Don't do it. So when you don't get the price, I send the video out. No matter what question they ask me, it's just like a doctor. I want you to pretend you're a doctor. Well, what like medication are you going to prescribe me? I really need to look at your charts. But are you going to put me in the hospital? I really need to do some more tests. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. Same way with SEO. This is a greeting phone call. Now, what happens is if someone fills out a contact form, now I have 2 different things. They can contact me and says, hey, Cotton, I'm interested in your service. Give me a call back. I have the same phone call and route them back through to the discovery form and make them fill it out. So either way we go, I do not discuss the length of time. Well, how long is this going to take? Once again, I'll analyze your data and I'll find out I haven't had a chance to look at it, and I'll put that in your free video analysis. So the video that I provide for them goes over everything that I talked about. I just generally look at if their site's mobile optimized or not, whether it's modern or not, talk about that, go through some DA, some trust flow, go through some keyword analysis. Guys, don't get crazy with this. Don't overthink all this stuff. It's literally so simple. It's ridiculous. I just put it in SEMrush and pull up, see if there's any traffic going there. I have ways where I do video analysis with traffic, without traffic. Then I go through lost revenue. I basically show them that the money that they're losing and what would happen if they were in the number 1 position. I'm not going to go over the whole video stuff right now, just giving those of you that are new to OMG just an idea of how to lock down clients very easily. So remember, I use ScreenFlow. I have a Yeti mic if you want to ask all those technical questions. The videos are anywhere from 6 minutes to 8 minutes long. They're very short. They're very tight. And then what we're going to do is we're going to head back to the slide here, and I do a video analysis. Then we never discuss price in the video. And then what we also do is, what if they ask for proof? Let me give a number 3 if you guys have had problems with people wanting proof, wanting rankings, wanting to give that, and you've found it difficult. Give me a 3 if you found that difficult to overcome. Great. Well, guys, here's the thing right here. Look at my website right here. There's a testimonials right here. Can someone tell me where this is from? Can someone tell me where these are from? Can someone tell me where I'm getting these from? Let me type it in. Exactly. Guys, I'm getting these from LinkedIn. Now, what I've got right here is I even tell them when they ask for proof, there's 1 of 2 ways I can show proof. I can do this, and show them that I rank, because I do rank there, I can show them a number of different cities. Or I can do this. I can go here to my LinkedIn profile and I can show them that, look, there's 17 recommendations for cottongrammer.com, and we have got how many? 40 recommendations for Resilient Solution. Now, guys, do you think that that's enough to satisfy a person if they want proof? Give me a 2. Exactly. Guys, if you're not out trading LinkedIn recommendations, I've been preaching this for a year. If you're not out preaching LinkedIn recommendations right now, trading them inside of OMG, you are absolutely not getting it. This is so powerful. I get these questions all the time. So, do you have any portfolio, or do you have anything that we can look at to know that you've done it? First of all, I get pretty offended because they reached out to me because they found that I was ranking number 1 in Chicago or number 1 in some other city. So, but that's not going to be for normal people that are just starting out. But when I first started out, I did get asked that question. I was stumped, and I was only stumped once. So what I basically say is very, very, very quickly, I said, that's a great question. I have over 50 written recommendations on my LinkedIn profile. If you want to go to my testimonials page on my website, click on that, add me as a friend. You can read where over 50 business owners and CEOs around the world have said great things about me. Hopefully that's enough for you. As I was saying, do you guys think you could do that? Give me a 4. Does that sound easy enough? I want someone to give me a number 9 if you don't think that will work. Great. I'm not seeing a number 9. Guys, this just freaking works. It works. So when you want someone that wants proof, are you going to tell me that if they don't go on your LinkedIn page, they don't see Heather McCarthy, who's an SEO specialist, they don't see Patrick Robinson here, they don't go down here and see Steven Snowman and all of these wonderful things that they're saying about it? Let's just go here is Cotton is the best. He absolutely knows everything you need to know when it comes to SEO and building your business. I highly recommend Cotton because he has done so much for my business. Thanks, Cotton. Tell me how powerful that is. It's crazy. I've never had an issue with credibility, and I'm hitting it from all angles. And guys, you want to build a very tight SEO business. You want to rank number 1 somewhere and have proof like that. And you also want to have your LinkedIn page locked down. So guys, if you understand this, I want you to go to the Facebook group and type in #trade recommendations. Trade recommendations. I want to look. I want you guys to understand this. This is going to get you out of a hole like nothing ever has when you ask for credibility, especially those that you're just starting out right now. If you start right now, I guarantee you could have 15 or 20 traded recommendations inside of OMG. Guys, that's what you're paying for. This is the community that you're at with OMG. It's super, super, super powerful. This is one of the things here that you should never, ever, ever, ever have a problem with. So let's see how many of these we're getting right now before we move forward. Fantastic. Great. Guys, you need to be doing this. I want to see this going on tomorrow. As you could see that this was going around and going around, and guys, I'll be happy to trade them with you as well. I'm not above that. I like to know how powerful this is. Getting a good 15 or 20 is powerful. And I want you to go around and look at other LinkedIn profiles. They don't have this many. If you can, I don't think I've ever seen anyone that has 57 recommendations. So that's pretty powerful. And if someone's been around LinkedIn, they know that as well. They're like, holy crap, what is this guy doing? So that takes care of that. We've spent enough time for proof. Proof is based on one thing. Either you're going to rank some place like this, which is going to impress people, or you're going to have a LinkedIn profile that's going to look like this. Guys, let's be smart. What can you get the fastest? You're going to get the LinkedIn fastest. That's what you're going to get. So go out and trade written recommendations. How I've always done it is I've always let, Heather or Steven or anyone just send me what they want copy and pasted. I just copy and paste it for them. I don't care. I want them to get what they want said about themselves, and I want it coming from me. And the reason is I don't have time to write out 50, 60 written recommendations, but if you want to send me your recommendation, I'll be more than happy to copy and paste it for you. I can't tell you that I'll get to it right away. And then what I'll do is just please write one for me because I don't have time to write 50 for myself also. So guys, if this was helpful for you, give me a number 1. I want to know if this is kind of put off some light bulbs in here about client getting stuff. Fantastic. I know this is old stuff. We're going over it, but the new people here need to hear this. This is how you're going to go. Let's go back here. What if they ask for proof? We've covered this. You either need to rank somewhere. Guys, there's a lot of open opportunities somewhere. There's online reputation management Atlanta. There's social media management Atlanta. There's all these other long tail keywords that you can go after that you can show number 1. We heard Sarah Mack get very creative tonight, and she showed that she ranked number 1 for her name. And so here, look what I can do. Look at my name. She showed that, and it worked and put thousands of dollars in her hand. So my whole point of it is guys, get some number 1s somewhere. Just don't sit back. Try to go for number 1s. So on to the next, what we're going to go over is proposals. I get this question asked a lot. Guys, give me a number 2 if you guys are sending out proposals to every client. Give me a 2 if you're sending out proposals to every client. Wow. Okay, we're getting some. Guys, I want, if you've studied anything that I've done, I don't do proposals. They're a waste of my time. And I'm going to tell you why. If someone asks me for a proposal, I'm going to do a proposal. I mean, don't like, get me wrong. I'm not going to say, sorry, buddy, we don't do proposals. But guys, why create the extra work? Why? So I'm going to give you the transition right now of how you're going to go from someone that's watched your video and that likes it and has some questions. Just get, hey, you know what, Jim? Sounds like you really enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or concerns I can answer for you right now, I'd love to be able to address them. He asked the question, and go, okay, you know what? It sounds like you're ready to move forward. What I can do is I can just send a PayPal link over to you via email. As soon as I get it, we can get started. As soon as I get that, I can set up your Basecamp account and send over some welcome emails to you and get started immediately. That's it. Does that make sense? Guys, why in the hell are you creating the extra work for yourself? Now, I know that because I'm doing a lot of Fortune 500 companies, they have to have a proposal because I'm not talking to the decision maker. And there has to be a lot of paper pushed around everywhere. But if you're dealing with local clients and if you're doing proposals and you're spending 3 or 4 hours to do that, guys, you're wasting your time. You could be spending that time getting more clients. The only person that's created this extra work is you. If they ask you for a proposal, do a proposal. If they haven't asked for a proposal, don't give them a proposal. And no, I just seen someone ask here, no, I don't use contracts. I just don't. If someone wants to leave me, they're going to leave me. I just would rather them be gone. I'm not going to say like some psycho boyfriend, you're sticking with me, man. You're going to stick with me forever. You're going to pay me for 6 months, even if you hate me. Get out of here. I'm not like that. I'm a nice guy. If you don't like me, if you don't like the way I look, you don't like the new haircut that I got, I'm out. I mean, you can leave. That's okay. I mean, and you like doing business at as well. How many of you would like to be with Verizon or AT&T or T-Mobile and you could just leave and go somewhere else? I mean, you would love it. So why don't you give people what they really want? So my whole point is guys, just be honest. Give me a number 3 if you were creating proposals and no one asked for them. I mean, just be honest. I'm not going to call you out. Great. Guys, let me ask you a question. Am I making a little bit of sense here? Give me 7 if I'm making sense. Never do proposals unless someone asks for one. I don't do it. If you can get by without it, do it. That's it. Now, I'm going to show you that if you do get asked to do a proposal, I'm going to send you somewhere where your proposals are going to be so damn easy that you might send me a nice gift. Maybe I should do like an Amazon wish list or something. And that is this. I use something called Quote Roller. Guys, give me a number 7 if you're familiar, well, not 7, but give me a 6 if you're familiar with Quote Roller. Few of you are. Guys, I use this thing. It is amazing. It is amazing. Here's why. You can go in here. Let me just get logged in here real quick. I don't know how much I'm going to show you guys. But as you can see right here, I can do a proposal this quick. I can go and do a proposal. I can create a proposal right here, and I can just automatically pull it down and one that I've created and it automatically creates it instantly. What it does is it's going to track analytics. I don't know what's this. It's going to track the analytics of what's going on, how many times they've opened it up. Guys, how many of you would like to know if you sent out a proposal, if they've asked for it? How many of you like to know exactly when they opened it up? Give me a number 4. Guys, this tells you exactly when they opened it up. It tells you exactly how long they looked at it, exactly where they've clicked on and everything. But not only that, you can save your proposal. And when you go to the dashboard here, all you have to do is create a proposal. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but proposal name, let's just say it's OMG. What I need to do is I would enter in the person's email address. It's coming from cottongrammer.com. And look, I'm going to reach down and I'm going to do the resilient solution proposal. And I'm going to send this to, let's just say that I'm just going to pull down a past client here. There. Now watch this. It already pulled up what I've entered in. Guys, the contract is done. Watch this. It's already here. All I've got to do is put in the price and the service. I've already got my templates in here. Right there it is. There's my template. And I've already got, and you can even, how many of you guys would like to do proposals that have videos in them? Give me a number 3. If you want to have videos in your proposals. Exactly. Guys, they can now watch the video right here that I've got for them. And if they haven't watched the video from the website, they generally watch it. So guys, if you were able to find that this is helpful with your proposals, give me a number 7. Give me number 7. Great. Guys, I'm telling you what right now. If you got to do proposals, this can make your life so easy. You do your proposal one freaking time. One time. You write this proposal out, you save it, and all you do is you just send it out via email. You can see there's my proposal right there. I've already got this proposal together. Now look, what I can do is I can go over to pricing right here, and I can put in the price, and guess what? It's going to link it into PayPal. So there will be a PayPal button right here. So then I just send it. It's that easy, and I'm done. I can send a proposal out in less than 3 to 5 minutes. Guys, be honest. How many of you have sent proposals out to Fortune 500 companies or local people in less than 5 minutes after you've created it one time? Give me a number 5. That says no one. Exactly. Oh, some like people have. Well, that's like great. So other people have streamlined their business. So when you go to price list and everything else, you can see right here that Resilient Solution Services, $4,500, and I've made it a subscription, and boom, it already adds that in there. So hopefully this is very, very, very helpful to you guys. And it just makes your life a little easier if you have to do proposals, because let's face it, I know that we hate proposals. We hate proposals. I mean, I would rather bash my head up against a wall than do a proposal. But this makes it real easy. You can also put your logo up here, everything else. So hopefully this was very helpful. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, pricing. Guys, unfortunately, I would love to be able to go over pricing tonight. It's just going a little too long. We can save that for another webinar. I'll break down and show you how to perfectly price your clients. There is a price that's too low that's going to devalue you in their eyes. There's a price that's too high that's going to run them scared. We need a sweet spot price that if you price it too high, they're not going to be comfortable telling their peers about you to recommend you. So I have a formula that I've created that is perfect for this, to where you can create always, based on your keyword analysis, their niche and everything, the perfect sweet spot price, to where you can create that snowballing method that I talked about, to where the business owner isn't going to be embarrassed about sending referrals your way. You get it too high, they don't want to tell Bill that they're spending $8,000 a month. You get it too low, then they're like, this isn't worth talking about. So there is a sweet spot on this. If you guys think that would be valuable to have a module or talk about that in a future webinar, give me a number 2. Great. We will definitely go over that in the next few weeks. And guys, that kind of wraps up my client stuff. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It helps some of the new people. Wanted to just get a refresher course for everyone. We could go into a lot more depth, all this stuff. I just wanted to go through it very, very, very quickly. Now we're going to go back over to Derek. And how many people are waiting to get this domain mapping and get it a little bit more information on it? Because Derek just went over it so quickly next week. or last week I meant. So, Derek, my friend, I'm going to. Do you need the presentation?
Yeah, I need everything.
There we go. You should have it right now.
All right, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Everyone else see my screen? One? Yeah. Okay. All right, so I was going to do maybe a PBN setup on a tumbler, and then we can also kind of do a quick instant DAS on top of the tumbler at the same time. So, and we're going to use, Mike wanted us to use a serum.
Let me just
find that link.
Let me just lead into this. What like Derek's going to do right now is, because Mike is very hard at work on Amazon modules, and we've got Liz and everything. We're really excited that we're going to be able to release a number of over-the-shoulder series videos on Amazon in the next 48 hours. Mike has been underground working on this real hard since Vegas. That's why you haven't seen a lot of him. He's been like a madman trying to get this stuff done. So what we're doing right now is we're going to do this for one of the things that we're going to be doing on the over-the-shoulder series right now. Derek is going to do this live, and how you can do the bum PBN, or what did you call it last week, Derek?
Yeah, it's just the poor man.
Yeah, Derek is going to show you how to do the poor man's PBN, and we're going to help Mike rank one of the products that we're trying to do an over-shoulder the series with. So everything's kind of tying together with Amazon. So it's pretty exciting stuff.
Cool. So what I did today, actually, just before the webinar, was I used actually Todd's X, and I used the custom scraper in there, and I found this expired domain. It was related to beauty and skin cream. It just kind of checked out. I mean, it's nothing too crazy. The domain authority is only 13 and 28, whatever, but I was just in the time crunch, so I picked up box. And then what we're doing is I took this domain and I set up a new Tumblr blog, which we kind of did a few times, so I don't really need to show that. But when you come in here, you're going to go to your set. Can I make it bigger? Sure. Is that better? Is that big enough for everyone?
Yeah, I think it's good enough. I mean, we can just roll with what we got. Yeah, they want
scrolling down.
Yeah, they want you to do one more, but you'll be good.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so in your settings, you gotta make sure you go to the right blog. You come down to here, and there's a Tumblr URL section, right? And you're gonna go to the pencil here, and you're gonna change it to use a custom domain, or I already changed it there. So this is where you put your domain in here, and when you hit test domain, it's gonna say all good now. But what I actually had to do is from the Namecheap one I bought, you go into your hosting section. Where is it? All host records. And I use Namecheap because it's free, private. I gotta remember what my password is. Hang on, hopefully this doesn't pop up in the same screen. Okay, good. All right. All right, so all you have to do for Tumblr is put this in here as a CNAME, as an alias, and that's it. It's like super simple. And then you just have to wait maybe 10 minutes usually, and then you come back over to Tumblr, and you just keep hitting to test until it says it's all good. And then now all of a sudden we have a Tumblr on a PBN, basically. So what I did just to fill it up a little bit right now is I did some reblogs of just some stuff I was seeing in Tumblr. And you just kind of go like to tags, skin beauty. It's just to kind of like pre-populate a little bit. So you can kind of come in here and just pre-populate stuff that's kind of in the same niche. Make sure we're on the right one.
We have Paula asking a question, wants to know if it passes the DA of Tumblr over to your PBN.
Yeah, so I'll show you a little trick. All right, so if we're doing a video, let's do, we're gonna do this Elite Serum one. So let's do, I found this just review. Like you can obviously get a custom review or a GIF, that's gonna be even better. But this is short notice, so what we're doing is improvising. Get rid of this window. All right. So to do YouTube, you just need to post the actual URL and you just hit enter. It should come in here. All right, so our address. So this is basically like your regular PBN, basically like the way we always do. And where is that URL? Okay, so so when you do a video, you can still come in here and you can add text. So check out okay, it's on Amazon, so let's just do a branded link for now. Serum. What is this stuff called? Anti-aging? All right, so this is just the first step I usually do. This is going to be kind of a little bit of a hybrid of the Tumblr method based on using a PBN. So what we're going to do is where's my post? What we can do now is actually go find some popular stuff that's related. So this site, Jiffy, is pretty cool. Gonna have quite a lot of GIFs, and what we can do is actually use these to make like a second one, because a lot of people are asking, well, how do I get something viral that's not in my niche, right? And this is use something that's viral and maybe something that's not popular. So if yours is not popular, what we can do is kind of hack the system a little bit. And what we're going to do is do another video. Not a video, this is a GIF. So we can do, check out, this is Ellen. Anything from Ellen's going to go viral, I can tell you that. what we can do is find. Feels like I'm talking to myself.
You're not, buddy. I'm still here with you. I was just letting Ronell know to stop sending Skype messages. That's all.
Oh, it keeps coming up, distracting me. I'm like, do I check that? No. Okay, so what we can do is put the source in here. We can actually quote the original source of this one if you want. This one.
Guys, give me a number 4 if you understand what Derek's doing so far. Give me a 4. And give me a 3 if you have absolutely no clue what he's doing. There's a lot of 3s here that they don't even have a clue what's going on here. Look at all those 3s.
Okay, what we're doing is, I'll explain it in a second here.
Guys, I just want to let you know this. This is more for advanced people.
Yeah, this is going to be...
Right. This is what we want to do is, guys, is we've got a mixed bag of people on this webinar. We have a lot of new people. That's why I kind of went over, agency 101 stuff. And that kind of satisfied a lot of new people. Derek, right now, we have a lot of people that have been with OMG for over a couple of years. We're trying to give them some advanced information. So if you've just joined us with OMG and you're here for the last couple of months, just kind of keep this in back of your mind. This is something you might be able to go back to and just kind of try to just listen to what he's saying. You might be able to pick up something. But if you don't understand it 100%, it's okay. Now, if you've been with OMG for a while and you still don't understand it, you're just going to have to go back and watch the video over again. But Derek, can you kind of explain to people why this is important or why they would even want to do this?
Okay, so what the concept is we're going to do is so this could be any video or whatever on your product or something. It might not be viral. I had a lot of people they're buying these reblogs that we taught before, and they're only getting, I only got 20 reblogs or 10 reblogs, or how do you make something that's just completely boring, like septic tank refuel or a clean out or dentistry stuff. And so this method is taking something that might be boring, which is kind of like a review that most people don't really care about, and then populating it with it is popular, which is anything on Ellen is going to go easily viral. Okay, so I need to get the RSS URLs here. So what we can do, copy this. Let's go back into my dashboard. What I'm going to do is edit this one. And you can do this with multiple URLs. So sometimes I'll do 3 viral posts and then just kind of merge them all into here. So check out these as well. So what we're going to do is when we reblog this post here, it's going to be backlinking this post and the post with our actual review. And so it's kind of automatically doing domain authority stacking on both these URLs, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's making sense to me.
Is there one for that?
Guys, give me a number 1 if you understand this.
I lost my question box.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of number 1s. If you're new to OMG, give me a number 9 if you're new to OMG over the last couple months. Yeah, see, look, we got a lot of 9s here. Guys, those of you that typed in 9, I would honestly just kind of watch what we're doing, but don't try to take it in. We're trying to satisfy the OMGers that have been here for a year. They're a little more advanced, and we try to go over everything. So I'm trying to hit a big spectrum. We've added about 450 new members to OMG. So if you've typed in a 9 and you're new the last couple months, and if you're wondering how to set up PBNs correctly, and I'm sure you enjoyed with what I went over with the agency stuff, that probably hit a little bit bigger of bigger of a connection with you, where Derek right now is hitting a bigger connection with the people that have already heard me talk about this before, and they've been waiting to hear this. So guys, if those of you that are new, My Light webinars are going to be a mixed bag of a lot of stuff, some crazy expert stuff. It's going to be some, some new stuff that you guys are going to get. We're going to ask their questions. Then we're also going to go over huge updates just like we did earlier. But for the new stuff, guys, please attend Fletch and Greg's webinars. For those of you that just typed in 9, guys, you're crazy for not going to every one of Fletch and Greg's office hours. So this is more so for everyone. Fletch and Greg are masters at building superheroes for SEOs. That's how I got all of my knowledge from. So don't sleep on their webinars. They're very, very, very beneficial if you're brand new. So please continue, Derek.
All right. So to make sense of this, what I'm doing is backlinking to the original post we have, which is in the review. So that's going to be, this one's going to go viral, and it's going to automatically backlink the other post, right? So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. I know. So what we have, because this one we don't need to reblog. You can, if it's, you can probably get maybe 10, 30 reblogs in this one, but this one's going to a lot more viral because it's a popular thing, and Ellen is like super crazy popular on Tumblr, right? And so, and it's also related, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's gonna. This is kind of one of those things where I don't like teaching maths, but do I post with the original source? Yeah. So what this one I did was I actually cited the actual original source, but I'm also linking. If I refresh, it's going to link to here. And so when I go to my Fiverr guy, yeah, you're basically internally building juice between Tumblr, and so you're getting the power of a PBN, which is the instant gratification of what we're used to, because there's existing page authority on this page already, because it's an expired domain. And we're using domain authority stacking to back up this post, because when all these reblogs happen, so if this reblogs 1,000 times, about 300 or 400 of those reblogs, it's going to post, and it's going to backlink this post at the same time. Why do you see only TA13? Yeah, it's because this reblog, this actual domain authority of this PBN is only 13. Is this making any sense for anyone yet? Say 1. I get a 1 for 1, yeah. It's very advanced strategy. Are you linking to your own domain and new post? So yeah, this one is linking to the actual what we're trying to rank. And this one is linking to this one to boost the profile of this page.
Guys, this is just absolutely crazy sick stuff, man. Like, if you have been in SEO a while and you know what Derek's teaching you, I'm going to be honest with you, and I mean to say this with the most sincerity. Everything that we've been bringing you on these assimilation webinars from week 1 up to right now could have all just been at OMG Live. I mean, literally, this stuff we're bringing. This is another thing right here that literally could be shown at OMG Live, and it would blow people's minds, for like those of you that haven't done it. So guys, if you want to show Derek your appreciation, please do so on the Facebook thread right now. Just give #thanks Derek. I want you to let him know before he continues on with a little bit. Let him know that you appreciate him, because guys, Derek is here on his own time. He's not getting paid for this. He's giving back, giving back, giving back. And he continues to find all these new methods of blowing people's minds and thank God, that I met Derek, months and months and months ago, and I told him months and months ago, I said I want you to be a part of what's going to be going on with this, and he's like been a staple of this ever since we started. He's never not been on a webinar with me, and I hope he always makes every webinar. So let him know that you feel appreciated. But guys, we're going to start to go over some basic stuff over the next few weeks. Derek's a master at setting up PBNs and other stuff. We got to go back to the basics and master some of that stuff. I think that we've lost our way on some of that stuff, but please, guys, we have over 300 people in the webinar. Well, come on, guys, at least 100 people. Just thank Derek, man. Just show some appreciation for him. Even if you've enjoyed this webinar, either thank Derek, hashtag City on a Hill, something, man. We've gave you a lot of stuff tonight. We've shown you how mobile apocalypse. We've showed you how to monetize that. We've went over basically agency 101 and about as fast as the speed of light to just kind of help you guys. And then Derek is also went over a method right here, which can literally help your websites tremendously. If you don't understand it, go back and watch a replay on this. I'm going to let Derek continue to go on and teach a little bit more.
All right. So to take it a step further, because we want to get a little more domain authority stacking, if we actually take the Tumblr URL, which is what your subdomain one was, okay, that's your the one you set up for the subdomain, and this is actually 301ing to your PBN post. Okay, so if you go in here, it's going to 301 to this post. So do a lot of people understand why a 301 through a high domain authority of 98 benefits us? Yes? How about a 1 if you guys understand that a little bit? Yes, you're going to pass more juice. So you're building page authority based on the fact that the domain authority of Tumblr is a 98. So we're not really concerned about our low domain authority of a 13 because we're on a 98. Difference between a 301 and a 302. A 301 is like a do follow link, where a 302 is kind of like a no follow. Can you use the same video using your money sites to embed on the Tumblr? You can, but with this method, it's not like we're teaching with Jimmy where this has to be the same as what's on the money site. So, and then when you go to, yes, and then I'm going to go to Fiverr, and I'm going to give him that URL, but I'm going to get rid of this one first here. So, let's get rid of this. Save that. So now we have a DA98 redirect pointing to this link. And when you use the video or the images, it's kind of hard to get the actual URLs because they don't click through. So you have to go under here. There's a little post stamp there, or date stamp. So this is the one you're going to go to Fiverr. Where did you get the URL? Yes, I'll show you again. So there's a permalink here. You see that? That's the one you're going to click on, and that's the, or just right click and copy that. All right. And I'll use my favorite guy. This these last time, but they all kind of work pretty good. So you're going to order for this one, you can order option and you can use 2. So if you want to do reblogs of both, do your links go on the money site or the blog? The videos have to, see, that's the thing. I was trying to, the videos don't have to be the exact, they don't have to be the same that's what's on your money site or the blog. That's what this whole method's different. Yes, that's a lot of power to that link, okay? So, and I've done this with a couple of cosmetic surgeons and stuff, and been able to get page 2 from 0 with just this method.
Guys, it's amazing stuff, isn't it? Give me number 9 if it just doesn't blow your mind, if you understand what's going on. Exactly. Exactly. It's good stuff.
Right. Because you can do more than one post and then link them together. So if you had 3 posts that are all viral, you can say, check out these as well, and you can have the 3 links to each one. Can you link directly to the money site? So with these actual posts that are going viral, don't link to your money site. They're linking just to the post of where you're putting the link to your money site. So you're going to only end up with, basically, you're going to end up with 3 links to your money site, which is just the that post, and then there's going to be the tag URLs, but not from the reblogs. Okay.
Great. Looks
right.
like the questions are kind of dying down. Hi, Cotton. Is it possible to get more detailed training on this video on the members area, Derek's Tumblr method? I mean, you know, Derek and I talked about it. I don't think we're going to do a module on this, are we, Derek?
Not likely.
No.
I mean, it's the prerequisite is to watch that video we did first, so you understand the whole Tumblr method.
Right.
And then this is just kind of a twist on it, and which is you're combining domain authority stacking plus you're getting the instant boost because the page authority of your PBN is already there.
This is literally almost too much information as it is, just to be honest with you guys. I mean, literally, this is almost too much information. So, you know, if you want to watch this, it's like going to get hidden in the replays. So it'll be in the, you know, March 11th replay. If you guys want to watch it, I'll try to get the replay up as soon as possible. But this is about all we're going to talk about this. And, you know, we're going to kind of put this to bed. That's like why we wanted to go over it one more time for those that wanted to do it. But this is something that we're like probably not going to do a module on, but we just wanted to share it with you guys. So.
Yeah. And yeah, people are asking if the results stay. Yeah, they stay.
Yep. Yep. They work. Like I said, this
Especially
is almost
because this is a PBN where it's going to stay there. So.
Yeah, like I said, this is almost the price of admission to OMG Live. I mean, if you were just to get this and take it away to it, so you know, we're just kind of throwing all this stuff out there. So guys, please thank Derek for this, guys. I guarantee you, I like nowhere I would say please reconsider. I don't understand. They like want us to do another video, guys. We're not going to do a module on this. I'm like, sorry. Derek doesn't want to. I just don't think we should. We've like explained it about as much as we can, and just rewatch this over and over again. And you know, I'm not going to say this because I know Derek might freak out. You can always friend Derek on Facebook, and if you want to ask him a question directly, he might get to you. He might not. I know he's not on Facebook a lot. I mean, I know how to get Derek directly pretty quickly, but it's not on Facebook. So it's, you know, if he wants to walk you through that, that's like great. Derek, if you kind of went over about everything you're going to go through on this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's not a whole lot of questions about the method. I mean, if you have a Tumblr blog with already lots of PA and you don't need to do this but if you did do a domain mapping, you'd actually be stacking the page authority of your Tumblr, combining with the page authority and domain authority of your PBN you're setting up. If that makes sense to you guys?
what we're going to do is that I'm going to let Derek read the questions in the box. So if you have any more questions about this method, I'm going to talk about something for about the next 5 minutes. And if Derek wants to come back around and answer your questions so we can kind of make sure that everyone fully understands this, then we can. So keep typing your questions in the chat box to Derek so like he can see them. And for those of you, want you to listen to something that I want to go over. David and Mike and Greg and I have decided that, as I said, that we wanted to make March and April, OMG mastery. We want everyone to go back over the basics again, to kind of dig in and get everything what there were. Guys, OMG has always been built on one man helping another. I know that, I got a lot of my training from Fletch and Greg from watching the webinars. I really didn't ask a lot of people for help, but I've felt that I wanted to help a lot of people. I've helped Gregory Ortiz, Stephen Toomey. You heard I've helped Sarah Mack. There's a number of people that there's so many that I can't even go through my head. And what OMG has always been built on is support. You reach out and you grab someone. It's all based on the law of the lid. And if you don't understand what the law of the lid is, Derek's knowledge right now is lifting all of us up. And because Derek is so brilliant at SEO, you're getting smarter as well. But there's someone that's smarter than Derek unless Derek creates his own stuff. Same way with client getting and with agency stuff and with ramping up a huge income. Obviously, the person that you want to talk to is me, and I'm going to show you what I know. That's going to lift your knowledge up. Well, we have a lot of new OMGers, and we have a lot of experienced OMGers here. And the community that we built has always been about paying it forward. And it's one of the greatest things that I've loved about it, that when you get in the Facebook group and, when someone wants help, there's always someone there to help them. I've helped close deals for people. And I don't like telling people about it. I don't like posting out in the main thread, drawing attention to myself. I'd rather personal message someone and help them out that way and give them some one-on-one time versus exposing everything out in the public. I don't know why I've always been like that. But what I want to encourage all of you to do is that those of you OMGers that are experienced, and I see a lot of you on here. I like seeing Mary Simmer on here. I'm looking through here. I know Brian Jones, amazing. Just kind of looking through here, all the experienced OMGers that we've got. What I want you to do is guys, I encourage you to pick out and help someone. Take them under your wing and mentor them. One of these OMG new people. And I want to encourage you to do that. Guys, it feels so amazing to help people. I've tried to help as many people as I can. And I'm going to be honest with you. There's nothing that I get more joy from knowing that I've helped someone like Sarah get that wad of cash, by what I showed her about the online reputation management, how she was able to go out and get her first couple deals based about what I was able to show her. Makes me happy. That I've been able to help her, and I still want to be able to help her with everything she's done. I've helped Angela, just helped a lot of people. Guys, I want you to do the same. If you're an experienced OMGer and you know that you have some mentoring skills and that you would like to help a new OMGer and put them under your wing, guys, do me a favor, and I only want you to do this. I want you to type in #mentor if you want to do that. And I want any one of you new people to reach out to anyone on that thread that says #mentor and just say, hey, I would love for you to help me. Guys, I know that you're running through your agencies. I know that you're making money. But guys, if I can find the time to be with Mike, David, and Greg and run OMG and run my agency and do all this other stuff, you can find the time to help another OMG or two, guys. It's what's going to keep this community fresh. It's what's going to keep everything running the way it should. A lot of you have a lot of knowledge, and share it with someone. And guys, I want you to look at this thread here. I'm gonna take over this, and I want you to see the Facebook thread. And let's find some of the people that actually want to help someone. And I want you new people to reach out to them and say, hey, look, man, I would love for you to be able to help me. And look at all these people here that are willing to help. And I know that a lot of these, look, Mary's unbelievable. I mean, if anyone could get Mary to have her just show you the ropes. I know a lot of people don't know this, but Mary ranks really high in a really big city. I'm not going to tell it unless she wants to, but Mary knows what she's doing. Angela, as well, Luke, all these other people. So guys, if you've got the time, please, I don't want you to feel pressure to do it, but if you feel that you can help, just help one of these new OMGers to just say, hey, look, here's the ropes. Watch this video. Go do this. Here, let me help you set up your PBN. All of you guys that have been here at OMG a long time, have helped. I mean, you know how to set up a PBN correctly. If you know how to do that, that's what they need. They don't need something that's just going to blow them away. They just need some direction. Remember how you felt the first time that you logged into the dashboard of GoDaddy or HostGator. You're like, my God, what the hell is this? I know I felt like that, about a year and a half ago. And now it's easy to me. I would have loved it if someone could have said, Cotton, man, I wasted, oh my God, a week just trying to figure out this stupidest stuff that if I would have just asked, or if I would have had someone, it would have been so much better. And we've got so many people here in OMG that are just so giving. And you can see all the people right here that hashtag mentor right here. Reach out to them, personal message them, and say, hey, I seen that you type hashtag mentor right there, and I would love for you to be able to help me because I'm just starting out. If I have any questions, guys, don't take advantage of the mentors, but just if you've got somewhere where you're stuck, at least you've got some people right here that that you can help, whether it's you're having problems, getting your SOA records right, setting up a PBN. If you don't know what that is, you soon will. Or, if you've got a client question, about pricing or anything else, as I said, friend me on Facebook. Don't let my messages go to my inbox. I'd rather get your question. They go to an other box. Friend as many people as you can on OMG, because if you send a message to them, it's going to go to their other box. It's not going to go to the main inbox, and people aren't going to see it. So what we want with this March Mastery is for everyone to help someone. And if you can do it, I know it's a lot to ask. Dwayne's a fantastic mentor. He just posted, so was Brett. Tracy is too. Guys, I thank you very much for even trying to participate in this, but OMG has always been a place to where one guy's helping another. And if you could please find your time to do it, it would mean a lot. Guys, I'm telling you that anybody, and you know what, if you're looking for a mentor, that's a good idea. You know what, Joanne, go ahead and do hashtag looking for a mentor if you would like one. And what's going to happen is, guys, I want you to please report to me, the mentor and who you've taken, about your success. I'm going to put you on my webinars. I want to hear about your success. I want you to let people know that they can come to you, that you've helped people. We love hearing about people's success in OMG. Very important to us. So if you're looking for a mentor, put hashtag looking for a mentor. And if you want to mentor someone, just put down there that you'll help someone with the beginning stages to make their life a little bit easier. And it would mean a lot to them. Guys, joining up on projects and other stuff is huge. So please, guys, consider doing this. I know I did it. I literally devoted 2 hours a day of my time for the last 6 months helping OMGers. And I can tell you that I still do it today. I've cut it back to an hour, but I still open up my inbox. I still Skype people. I still call people. And I still try to help as many people as I can, because that's what it's all about. If you can't help someone else get to where they're going, why in the hell are you even here? I mean, it just feels good. So with that, guys, hope you'll take this seriously. I hope that you'll try to help someone out in OMG and get an income report, guys. I want you on these webinars so I can put the spotlight on you, because each and every one of you are a superstar just waiting to happen. You've got the same information that I've got, that Derek's got, that Greg's got, that everyone's got. And you too can be at $10,000, $20,000, or $30,000 a month. What I would like to help is for anyone, when you hit $20,000 a month and you want to know how to scale it to 100 to 200 to 300, which I'm over 300 right now, I'll be more than happy for them to pass you off to me. I'll help you scale your business up so quickly, it'll make your mind spin. But it's almost like I can't share that with you right now, because until you don't go through the basic steps of learning what you need to know right now, it's kind of hard for me to show that to you. So when you're ready for it and you hit your 20K a month, please contact me. I'll be happy to take you to the next level. I want to. And there's no charge. I'm not going to charge you for, I'm like one of these people that I think it's ridiculous. I don't charge for my coaching. If I choose to work with you one-on-one, it's for free. I have one cost. And your cost should be also this: pay it forward. So guys, if you understand this, just give me a hashtag, pay it forward. That's what OMG is all about. Please, I want you to consider, if you haven't, be a mentor, pick out someone. And there's a lot of people here that are looking for a mentor. Match it up, but just please give me a hashtag, pay it forward, guys. Or if not, please just try to look in the Facebook group. Even if you don't want to be a mentor and you got a few hours, just look through some of the questions. And you don't have to post in the OMG thread, but just reach out to them on a personal message and say, hey, I got the answer to your question. I'd love to be able to help you. If you have any questions, just, might not get back to you right away, but I'll get back to you whenever I can. And that's all you got to do. So hopefully this has kind of hit a place in your heart that you want to help people. We're all here to help each other, guys. That's what the OMG community is all about. That's what makes it special. It's what Mike, David, and Greg has built. I want to try to carry that same tradition along with them. So with that, Derek, if you've seen any other questions that you want to answer, please do. And we'll just go from there.
They're just asking, like, where did the 3.1 come in from? That's when you actually get your Tumblr URL, the original one, you're just going to take that URL and then your PBN URL. So most people should be able to figure that out. It's pretty simple, but I don't see too many other questions.
Yeah. No, I think we're going to wrap it up, guys, if you don't have any more questions about that. But, guys, please, just consider paying it forward, guys. Just try to be a little bit more active in the Facebook group and just try to help someone, guys. It just feels so good, man. I mean, there's nothing else like it, guys. So, if you can find your time, especially those of you that are some of the superstars in OMG, and you know who you are, that are making over $10,000 a month. That's a lot of money, guys. $10,000 a month is a lot of money. It's $120,000 a year. It's more than 1% of the country makes. You need to be mentoring someone. You need to pay it forward, and it feels good. You never know. You guys might get in a joint venture together. I'd know that from some of the people that I've helped. I actually helped one OMGer, and she got a deal that she knew. I didn't want anything for her. I helped her for over 3 hours. And she called me back about 3 weeks later. This is how OMG works. She says, Cotton, I really, really, really want to pay it forward to you for helping me. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? She goes, well, I have a client that has over 70 locations, and I think it's too difficult for me. I want to give it to you, and I want to recommend you. It's one of my friends. And she, because I helped her for 3 hours, and I wasn't expecting this, and I'm not telling you to help people to get this, I was able to get a deal that's over $12,000 a month and still have it today. So what I'm seeing is helping people and putting out good stuff comes back. So whatever you put out, I promise you it'll come back. You might think you're wasting your time. You might think, I don't want to help any of these newbies, but remember, they might be the next Derek Owasiak. They might be the next Alex Gold. They might be the next Stephen Floyd. They might need the next someone else. And remember, what's coming up might be someone, because just like Fletch, Fletch is like my brother. Man, I'll do anything for him because he was there for me, and Greg as well. I talked to Greg on the phone today. I'll do anything for those guys because they were there for me. And these people will do the same thing for you. If you get into a jam, guys, how many times has someone seen that their website said, hey, my website dropped in ranking, and 10 people swoop in to help? That's what OMG is all about. And the more you pay it forward, the more someone's going to swoop in to help you when you're down. If we have enough people with their hands out, whenever someone falls, everyone can pull each other back up. That's a community that I want OMG to be, no matter how big we get. So I'm going to get off my soapbox right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the webinar today. It was a lean and mean one. It was just me and Derek. And obviously we just kind of added Stephen Floyd at the last minute with some amazing stuff. But guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Next week, we're going to be back with Jimmy Kelly, Sue Bell, the Amazon software that's going to blow your mind. And also, guys, Jimmy is going to be revealing something that I have been begging him to reveal. I've been using this method for months and months and months, and it is a way. What if I told you that you could find out if your website was going to get a penalty before it ever got a penalty? Would you find that very valuable? Give me an 8. Well before it ever got it. How would you like to check the health of your website and know what state of health that it's in? Do you think that would be valuable? Of course it would. It's going to be priceless. We're going to go over that next week. And the week after that, we're going to continue with Mobile Apocalypse. We're going to bring Stephen Floyd back. We're going to show you how to rake in cash. I'm going to start this Mobile Apocalypse tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can't crank in 20K in the next 14 days from this method. I think it should be fairly easy. We're going to show you exactly how to do that. So guys, it's been fantastic. Derek, I'll leave you with some last words, my friend, and then we're going to log out.
That's all she wrote.
Cool. All right, guys. Let's see you later. Bye.
Bye.